Yo, we on?
What up?
I think it's for real now, dog.
What's up, baby? Yo, welcome to Above the Waves podcast.
Sobre las olas.
Your boy, Tone Park. Welcome. So we're having a music podcast. Okay, so this is our first episode. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, follow, hit the alert button so you know next time everything comes out. So let's just get some housekeeping.
What if they're on OnlyFans?
underway.
What do they do? They subscribe on OnlyFans? How does that work? Membership?
When we get there.
I don't know how that works.
We'll tell you about that too.
Yeah, so again, I'm your boy, Tone Park. To my right, I got this nice brown skin, sexy Latin fever right here. Yuli.
What up, y'all? And then over here, we got Big G to the X to the YZ.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
My man.
And over here, all the way over there,
Way off
we got
camera.
the sound engineer extraordinaire,
Way off camera.
Il J, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Wait, we're actually sparing ourselves by having him off camera because then y'all just gonna tune in and look at him.
Then we really be in OnlyFans content.
Then it just be exclusively OnlyFans type shit.
Exclusively OnlyFans.
But you'll see him one day anyway. Shout out to fucking.
Shout out, boys.
All right, guys, welcome. If you're drinking, take a shot with us.
If you're,
Cheers.
yeah.
If you do any other
Here we
things,
go.
you can do that too. Not. Take a shot of love and keep it real. You feel me?
How's up?
Who's up?
All right, baby. So, how you guys been? What's new with you guys?
It's new with me. Whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of you guys trying to get this shit off the ground, right?
Yeah.
You know?
It's been a lot of hard work. Took a long time. We've been planning this since before the pandemic. And pandemic
That
and
seems a long
lockdowns
time
and,
ago, bro.
and life circumstances, and we're finally here. So I'm happy to be here.
I'm
100%, bro. I'm
Happy.
super happy to be
super
here.
happy to be here. Oh, before we even get into that, let's tell the people what this is about real quick, just so you guys know how we're going to be going. It's a music podcast. We're going to talk about music, culture, and the shit that's going on in our lives a little bit and what we're seeing in the world. Putting that out there from our perspective. You connect with it, which I know you will. If you fucking turned this on already, I'm pretty sure. You ready to tap in with us?
Yeah.
That's what it's
Yes,
going to be
sir.
about. A lot of music, a lot of laughs, a lot of fuckery with this drinking and talking shit, and a lot of fun.
Yeah, 100%.
This shit's
All right,
about.
baby. All right, well, let's cook.
Let's go. Let's go.
So this past weekend, we had the UFC fights. Did you guys watch them?
Oh, I did. I
We
did,
had,
senor.
we had Mr. Brandon Moreno, first Mexican-born champ of the UFC.
Bro, did you see that coming, dog? Did you think he was gonna win? What'd you,
Tell me about it. I don't know anything about it.
break it down for
Layman's terms.
So basically, Brandon Moreno, a UFC fighter, he was fighting the champion from Brazil. Brandon Moreno started the UFC years ago, but he got kicked out. He got dropped because he was no good. He fought his way back on other circuits. He earned a spot back with the UFC. He faced the champion on short notice back in December on a three-week notice, and took him to what a lot of people said that year was the best fight of the year.
Oh, no, it was fucking great.
Great fight.
It was a great fight.
Especially because Moreno, they thought, he just came out of
no
nowhere.
chance.
They were saying, the champion just fought 3 weeks ago, short notice. He didn't get no rest. He was overworked. So now they fought 6 months later. And he tapped him out in the second round, right? Second
Yeah, I
round.
think it was a second. Yeah, it was a second round.
It was beautiful, beautiful. It was in Arizona. Everyone went nuts. The kid himself, he just said, I'm just a pinche chamaco from Tijuana.
Oh, he's from TJ.
Yeah.
Shout out to fucking Baja, baby.
Yeah, bro.
Where the real rachateria goes down. You know what I mean?
It's hard when people say I don't like sports. This bothers me. When people say I don't like sports, but you see something like that, and you see this kid crying, and his wife walks up with his daughter, and he's just crying, holding the belt.
I feel like you're calling me out right now.
And then
You're getting me going, huh?
and then the other champion comes and holds on to him and shows he lifts him up. He pays full respect. No shit talking. Beautiful sight.
Yeah, no, that sort of stuff is what makes like sports super beautiful, bro. You see people it's another way to bare your soul.
Yeah.
Like art, obviously we know people are bearing their soul there because they're just pouring themselves out into the music or into the fucking movie that they made or the piece that they did or whatever. But there's also a piece of that when you go hard in sports, bro. And the part of it that's weird too, that's not in like the others, like the art space that happens in like the fucking sports space, is that you're burying yourself in front of another person who's burying themselves, and they're trying to like beat you,
Trying
dog.
to take your head off.
And then trying to take you out in a cage as far as this thing goes, you know. And then afterwards, you're like, "Oh, I worked 6 months, real. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I worked 6 months to fucking take your head off, bro.
Yeah.
I did it. You worked just as hard to take my head off, bro, and we survived this shit. And look at all these people that went wild, bro. Like respect, bro.
No, I get that. I'm gonna take the bait. Tony's giving me the bait. I'm gonna take it. I've never said I don't like sports or that I don't like appreciate sports. What I've said to Tony is like, look, I understand sports. I've played sports, but it's like, dog, how many times have you seen people like take it like not even that, bro? If you gave 6 months. And he gave 6 months and you motherfuckers battled out. You two motherfuckers should battle it out. 100% to the fucking guts and glory of it.
Yeah.
Why do the fans need to?
Yeah, I know.
You fools don't get, the fans do not get, sorry to tell all these motherfuckers who pay the pay-per-view, you do not get paid. Yeah. You don't look as good as those two motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody takes sports way too like the fucking politics. Like, wait, what? You don't fuck with the Dodgers? No, I don't. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
I pay every time I gotta go watch them. No one pays me to go watch them. Mm-hmm. Pay me to go watch them, and it's a job. Fuck yeah, I fuck with you at that point. Mm-hmm. So sports are dope. I love sports. I'm down to watch sports, but I don't commit my life to it because it's like if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Yeah, and you're talking to the tribalism part of it, where people are like super invested and they get mad offended.
Bro, any tribalism to me is odd.
Yeah.
Especially if
in any area.
Especially if you're trying to be tribal and like your tribalism is excluding
other people.
Like I have to be tribal in the sense like if it was a global tribalism or a humanity, like I'm for it. But if it's like, oh no, me and my homies,
us on this side,
like that to me is. It doesn't breed anything peaceful, dog. It doesn't push the conversation forward. It doesn't bring any type of unity. It just says me and my homies. And it's like,
yeah.
Oh, well, fuck it.
Feel it.
Okay.
Whatever. I get what you're saying.
Do your thing. Am I good on the mic?
The second thing was Nate Diaz. You guys watch Nate Diaz?
Yeah, I saw Nate Diaz.
I didn't see any of them, bro.
Outside of Nate
fuck
Diaz,
with Nate Diaz, though.
Nate Diaz.
Is he from LA?
No, he's from Stockton.
California still though, right?
Yeah.
209.
So when he walked out to the ring, he was walking out to DMX, but he chose a weird song, which is the.
I missed his walkout, so I don't know.
It was Now I know only I can stop the rain.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love that he picked DMX, especially after he died. It seems like a lot of fighters have been doing that.
But why that song?
Why that song? So that had me thinking. If you're an athlete, right? You're a baseball player.
What track do you walk out to?
Yeah, what's your walkout song? You're a fighter.
That's a good one, bro.
Oh my!
That's such a good question. And you know why that's such a good question? Just hold that thought. So I've been going to Demi's niece's baseball games, and like
Demi's G's girlfriend, by the way.
So like, bro, there was this team. I was big. This is why I'm telling you that I understand sports, dog. I was so mad. Their little league baseball team, bro. I'm mad because the other team has 4 male coaches, and they're all doing this thing of like being living vicariously through these little kids, dog. I was fucking so annoyed, bro. To the point where like there's this one black guy, and he's like jockeying with one of his friends who's there, like a bystander, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, I'm D1 football," and I was like, "I totally know who you are right now, dog. Yeah. You put your cards out for me. This is why you fools are acting." So there was, sorry, I'm gonna take this one a little tangent, but this is what we're here for. Bro, there was a play where like a little kid, Tony, bats the ball and it goes debatably foul or not foul, dog, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know baseball that well, but I was like, hey, look, dog, it's up in the air. What do I know? You know what I mean? Like, but one of the dads on Audrina's team, so Demi's niece's team, was like, foul ball. And this black guy's like, huh?
Yeah, that's super annoying.
Like keeping them like
trying to be like, huh? You wrong, dumbass. Huh? You wrong, dumbass. Like, so I was like, do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I mean? Sports does to people. Yeah, it brings out this stupidity and ignorance in you, where it's like, dog, you could have been like, I don't think it's foul, big guy. Yeah, you know what I mean? But
it's not that serious.
It's not that fucking serious. Hey. Even at Little League, even at MLB, it's not that fucking serious because those fools are making How much money does the fucking lowest paid fucking MLB player?
500,000.
Enough to make me cry, dog. Like fuck, what would I do with $500,000 a year? You
Okay,
get me?
but if you were one of those guys, you're getting paid $200 million a year.
What
You
song
call
would I
your
get?
name. What song do you play?
Talking my shit. See, don't get me.
What song do you play?
Fuck, bro. Okay, but you could change it every season, no?
Yeah, you could
Yeah,
change
you
it.
could
So
change-
pick 3.
Just pick what you would pick right now. Today.
pick three.
Fucking nerve wracking.
I know,
Also,
me too.
what I was
Pressure's
trying to
on
say
you,
was, so that coach was they were playing songs, no, because they were playing songs.
Oh, they're playing
so then I
walkout
was
music.
thinking, so then I was thinking to myself, next season I'm gonna build a fucking playlist for Audrina's games, and I was like, what songs would I add? And so then I was thinking, like, I know the MLB players come out. I was like, do they have cuss words? Do they play cuss words in their
They
songs?
play them clean. They play them
They're
clean.
play
playing
the clean
clean.
version?
Yeah, because they got kids.
Okay.
Yeah, there's kids out
But
there.
any of you guys?
Damn, I don't know if I can answer this. I think this question you need to go me to episode 2. 'Cause I would.
You got one, Tony?
I can give you a track.
Okay,
but
okay.
I'll give you one that I'll...
Sit on it. Your brain, even if we're talking about other stuff, it's going to work in the background.
Okay.
I'll readdress this later on to see if you guys come
Give
up
it
with
to us at the end.
Okay, yeah. Bring this
Okay.
one back. Bring this one back.
That's a good one, Tony. God, this is why you're the host.
Tony probably
bro.
has a good one already
Such a fucking.
in your head.
Yeah, well, can I hear yours? Since you thought about it, you fucking think.
No, bring it back. If you
now,
but-
let me bring it back.
Bring it
Then
back.
We can do it all together.
Yeah, bring it back.
All right, so New Music Friday. Now, because this is our first one, we will go back a couple of weeks. But normally, every Friday, we're gonna hit you with the hottest shit that just came out, or what we
Every
think is the
Monday
hottest
we'll
shit.
hit you with the Friday.
And we're gonna have to go over stuff that even if we didn't like it, because it is part of the culture, right? So we'll hit the
And you
part of the
might like
culture
it.
first. Culture 3, Migos.
Okay.
Me go.
Who wants
All
to go
set.
first?
You can go. You can go first.
All right, I'll go first. It's funny, just so y'all know, we haven't talked about this. We're literally gonna have this
Having
conversation
difficulties
right
not
now,
talking about it.
and it was hard because we were sitting here for a little while, like, did you? Can we talk? Like, fuck. Okay, so we haven't talked about it, but from the way we looked at each other, I could tell you we're probably gonna agree on this one. But I'll give you my take. So, my first, what I think is yeah, if you heard one, you heard them all. You'll like the one you heard. Like, I like the one I heard,
Yeah,
but
the,
I heard
the
it.
first one, I was like, yo, this is dope. Then they got to that Drake song. They let Drake rap for like 2.5 minutes.
Well, they had to. You're gonna pay him for a feature and make him not rap.
Yeah.
Which was dope.
I mean, do you think you have to
Oh, you know-
pay? Do you pay Drake more for a 16 or for what do you do, like a 48?
I think though. I think
I think
Migos.
you-
I think Migos gets a discount though because like, because
Because of
there's,
the
there's this
relationship?
relationship between like the Versace and how that made Migos big and how that also brought a lot of notoriety to Drake.
Yeah, but Drake was already big. I think Migos has to pay Drake a tax every time they sell shit.
I would make him.
Shit, I was.
He made them.
Now there were a couple of songs.
Bitch, I made you.
I want to
Shots
say so. There's
I'm just talking my
19,
shit.
19 songs.
19. I like Birthday a lot.
I like birthday.
Birthday.
That's definitely like.
No, a lot of those tracks are
couple of
club
songs.
bangers.
Yeah,
bro.
but-
they're
Here-
club bangers. But if you heard them
19
one, you heard them all.
You could have scrapped 6 of those.
Well, yeah.
Probably more because they sound like the same. You could put that flow over any beat because it's the same fucking.
Yeah, well, here's where I feel like this is an interesting conversation. So that's why I think there's a difference between saying like you made a good album versus like you made some cool music. Like what I mean by that is like there's cool music, there's cool songs that they made. Like the songs are all cool, the songs.
Yeah.
But the album, that collection of songs together,
100%.
it's missing a little bit because they're very similar. And do I like the songs that you made? Yeah, I don't have no problems with the songs that you made. But as a collection made for an album,
I could live without that album.
I feel like there's left to be desired. Again,
So do you think
will I play a lot of these to the fucking party too? And are there definitely bangers on here? For sure. I think the production on here is nice, dog.
But did you
Really fucking nice.
you hear on that album? Did you hear a walk it like I talk it?
No.
Walk it
Like
I
that
talk-
big?
Like did
No.
you hear a track that was gonna make the summer?
Immediately?
No.
No.
No. I think they put.
I think birthday maybe.
I heard a song.
Not-
I mean, they're gonna make the summer, but I'm saying like, did you hear it? Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk. Me
No.
go. I did.
I don't think so.
And so then, so I asked him kind of like before we didn't get into it, Tony, because Tony gets reprimands us for getting into conversations we shouldn't. Be. Like fucking like.
Tony's like
he's
daddy
like my
here,
dad,
bro.
bro.
We'll let you guys know.
Hey.
Stop talking.
So A, would you put out 19 tracks that sound the same? And B, are the Migos pushing a vibe and a sonics that it's just done out? I mean, the Migos in Future song sounds like every Migos and every Future song. Should you stop?
There's a song on there that I don't know who says it because they all sound the same. He says everyone out there is just sounding like us.
That's true.
And it's true.
So when you say is that sound over for them? It's weird because everyone else is sounding like them, right? So, I mean, I'm tired of that sound itself.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
I want the trend to go elsewhere because it's been the same for 4 or 5 years.
Who's gonna innovate it is the question.
Well, that circles back to some conversations we've had off air before we started recording this. Not today, but many times. I feel like this is why I'm a little off, like
with hip hop,
like what hip hop is right now.
Yes, I agree.
Because it's a lot of the same thing, and it's that same flow. So
and to make matters worse, like hip hop has become this, and they've made it so that rap almost feels a little uncomfortable. In my opinion, this is how I feel.
It's not as cool as it used to be.
It's like now when you make hip hop or rap, it's like, okay, dog, we've been hearing this for a long time, my G. Like, and it's like we've been hearing it for a long time, but now you've made it worse. So now, almost if you don't have a dance hall, if you don't have an Afro beat, it almost feels like, wow, bro. And then we didn't party 2020, so you're really making music from 2018 now, dog. 2019, it's like
I wonder if they
evolved.
I wonder if they had like a track list, and then because they didn't want to put out music last year, they just added a couple more songs to put it out this year.
wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't
I mean, their timing is beginning of summer, so
they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They were trying to find the summer track.
And I'm telling you, bro, we might not connect with it that tough.
So someone's gonna disagree with us, bro.
But bro, you go to Miami or something, like
Bro, in the club,
anywhere in the
I
South?
know every
maybe if
lyric.
the club is popping, I'm gonna have to go outside this
Yes,
summer and
yeah.
see what they play out there and what people are going off to, because I really didn't hear that much. There are moments, but I mean, again, it sounds like the same song for an hour and a half or hour and 20 minutes or whatever.
yeah,
it is.
I agree.
It's
It's a cool
It's
song.
not a terrible project. It's just a redundant project.
Agree. Did you guys listen to Polo G's album?
So Tony mentioned it to me today, but I listened to Polo G's feature on the Migos album,
You didn't like it?
and it was one of the worst ones there.
Well, because
His flow was off.
Because you hear it dun 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 dun.
But
And
did
then if
you-
someone doesn't go to that, it just doesn't
It's
sound
off. Did you
because
feel
even Drake rapped to that.
Yes,
Right,
every
so-
time he gets on a Migos track, well, bro,
Yeah,
it's
so-
like when you get a fucking Lil Baby. Is it the baby?
Yeah.
The baby. Tory Lanez just
Baby.
put out that track with the baby called Scat, bro. They don't get the baby feature unless it has that Kirk beat. That like it has to have that beat. So same thing with
Yeah.
Migos. You're not gonna get on a Migos beat unless you're gonna flow like that. Like, cause I suspect that fans must like dig that shit.
I'm telling you, people, dude. I went to Miami for a quick thing.
Uh-huh.
I went to Miami for a quick thing. Not in party.
TFTI, bro.
I know, not in party. Otherwise, I
For a
would.
turnaround. Quick turnaround.
Cause me and my homies want to go to Miami.
No, trust me, dog. If I was out there with fucking some bracheteria,
Oh, hey, we going now. We going.
We cooking.
Oh, yeah,
we
we
cooking.
going. we going.
And we're
But-
gonna record a pod when we go, right? This time for
we
real.
should.
Yes.
We should.
This time for real.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but no,
That's how we get Jeremy to go.
he flies back same day.
He drives back.
He's hallucinating in the flight. Like,
But anyways, bro, I was out there for 2 days.
Uh-huh.
And I went down to South Beach, but just to the beach. But I walked by the
took my
the
talents
little
out to
strip,
South Beach.
bro. And there was the hip hop that I don't listen to that we don't listen to that much right
Going
now.
off.
Going off.
And everyone's vibing to it.
Going off, bro. Like in the streets, dog. Like it wasn't. I didn't go into any spot. You know what I mean? So I can't tell you what was happening in the club or in the bars. But people like driving around or with their fucking fucking speakers and
Boombox?
shit at the beach and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it. I mean, obviously reggaeton is killing it, obviously. But a lot of this shit was playing too, bro.
That's
You
some
know, and it was
Latinos.
shit that I.
Well,
The
the
little perps, the
huge
little
Latin
pumps, the
vibe
little-
out there. I think when I went out there, I heard Spanish more than I heard English. from everywhere, from the stores to the beaches to.
Yeah.
I had to pull my Spanish out, but they probably don't understand my Spanglish from my Mexican Spanglish.
Yeah, so there's a pocket. There's pockets where this shit still goes. You know, it's just not as much. You know what I mean? It doesn't line with us.
So Polo G's album.
Beer me.
Oh.
Polo G originally he was sounding a lot. He was sounding a lot like the Migos flow. But
in his album?
No, his album's actually pretty good because he doesn't keep to that flow. Like he's experimenting a lot, so it sounds amazing. It sounds better than I expected. So is it amazing? I don't know yet, but I was definitely taken for a surprise.
Okay.
Nice. Well, I fucking apologize wholeheartedly that I hadn't listened to it, bro.
I didn't listen to it either. I'll give it a look. I know he's in a lot of drama.
I mean, everyone's in drama.
Wait, fill me in real quick.
I don't know. I don't know enough of that. I won't even speak on it. I full on Snapchat.
Like legal trouble or what? Or just beef with other artists?
His mom is in some trouble with the rest. Anyways, we probably don't want to be that kind of pot. But I saw
now we can talk
well, because I saw it and I was like,
I mean,
this is what happened. What the fuck? I looked. So you know, on Snapchat they have like a little headliner thing. So I skipped over it, but I internalized it. It said like Polo G's mom is arrested. That might not be the headline, but it was. And I was like, what the fuck is Polo G? so I skipped past, right? And then Tony mentions him. So I was like, oh shit, like let me go look at it. But I didn't end up looking at it. I got sidetracked.
Okay, so let's talk about an album that
Tony didn't like what I'm saying.
Let's talk about an album that we listened to. Teo.
Oh, bro.
What's the name of the album?
Sol.
Soul?
Tell me I'm right, because I want to just give me that point.
So much music I forget.
Just give me that point.
It is called Soul with SOL.
That's what I said.
Por eso, cabrón.
Boom.
You said soul.
I said Sol. Boom.
Sol
like son?
Like el hermano Sol, like my grandma says.
El hermano.
All right, so how are we feeling about the album?
Makes it a part of you. I think it was great, bro.
Liked it a lot.
Amazing, bro.
He's a dope artist.
He's a fucking amazing artist, bro. That project is fucking. You know what's dope about that project? That project. So here's something. Going back to this Migo thing, like Teo's album is a great like fusion between what hip hop could be and like sticking to the relevance of the Caribbean,
you know
of where pop music is. Right, like he did such a great job at fusioning it, bro. That fusioning it. Woo! We're making words on this pod.
Hey, bro, you know what I was gonna say? You can continue, but I just wanted to interject.
No, that was it. I want to say.
No, I'm just kidding. No. The shit that I was gonna say is like, he's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it goes back to the fusioning thing. What's that?
My uncle's talking to his my uncle does this thing, bro, where he talks to his grandkids. And he just goes off like, that's what he's doing right now, bro. He's going. Awesome. No, he like loves FaceTiming them.
It's probably not gonna pick up on the fucking.
No,
sound.
it's not, bro. But it's fucking. So then I was like, why is he yelling? But I was like, I know why he's yelling.
But anyway, so I feel like that's a good way to encompass what he does, bro. He shape shifts, fusing those things together, which makes it fresh, bro. It makes it, and he does it. He does it in different ways too. He has like the sad, like he has like the really like melancholic shit that this motherfucker likes.
Yes.
And then he has like the more colorful stuff too.
Very colorful.
So which makes it a really dope,
Go ahead, Tony.
dope shit.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of him. He works out with Jaden and
he's
and
part of the
Willow
Misfits.
Yeah, the
Which
Misfits.
is interesting as hell, bro.
No, it makes total sense.
It makes sense.
Bro.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because
Like,
their music is different also.
Yes, bro. Misfits fits that group and that crew.
Yeah.
Misfits is a great title.
And he produces a lot for them.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. And his last album, Dale, versus this one, it sounds the same, but it sounds way different. It didn't sound like he tried to just repackage the same album, because the last album sounded like I was hanging out on this beach. Because I heard that album right before my first Puerto Rico trip. I didn't even like pick my favorite ones. I just put the whole album on. I put the whole album, and everything was a vibe. Everything. I love that album. So when I go to this album, some standout tracks. When I heard The Most, when he just starts rapping, I was like,
he flows hardcore.
Because I didn't know
he could flow.
Yeah, because I didn't think he could rap. Because he never really rapped before.
The first one,
Yeah, so the first one, all he's doing is singing. So He raps his ass off, and I mean, he's a producer, so I'm assuming maybe he produced most of the albums.
Tony, you know what else is dope as fuck? He can flow in Spanish and English.
Yeah.
Going back to that thing we've discussed, not on a pod, but we've discussed it before.
Let's talk about it
the
now.
Spanglish thing, bro.
It's a wave.
That is where it's at, bro.
It's a wave, bro.
100%.
And it's also it's also kind of like
God,
it ties into us and our perspective in this cultural space too. Is like it's a reflection of a lot of Latinos in America right now. Like
Bro, 100%.
Like Tony knows a little Spanish, but he speaks mostly English.
But
I speak both. You speak both, and there's a lot of Latinos in fucking
Jeremy,
Jeremy.
too, his mom speaks
you
Spanish.
speak Spanish, Jeremy?
Do you understand any of it?
You understand it?
Very little.
You want to
very
kiss in
little.
it?
Okay, anyway, so he's a Latino that speaks English, predominantly English too. So for that demographic of people, which there's a lot of us, and I don't want to say us, there's a lot of them, a lot of these people. How do I put it without fucking getting canceled?
You say every fucking pronoun. Them,
Us,
they.
You're covered, bro. You're good.
I think I covered it, bro. I think I covered it. Anyways,
It's.
it really like lands there, dog. Because there's a lot of people that talk like that. So to make music like that, it's gonna fucking connect, you know.
I think that's what defines us as Latinos now, right? Like, so not every Latino speaks Spanish like our parents. So our parents are kind of like, pinche pochos, like, you guys aren't doing it. And we don't speak just English like all of our American friends. And so it's like,
So we're caught in the middle.
So you're cut in the middle of this dichotomy of like, well, you're not extremely like Hispanic Latino, and you're not entirely American, white, whatever it is. And so this Spanglish thing really helps you identify the group.
And another thing, bro. People who don't speak a lick of Spanish love Latin music already. Like reggaeton is killing it, right? And people, so many fucking Armenian girls that just love Maluma. Don't know any.
Dude, I ever love those Maluma.
Yeah,
He looks
we all
good
wanna-
too, bro.
I don't even know
I
how
love
many songs
Maluma.
I know. First time I saw a picture, I was like,
I like Maluma.
Like,
Thumbs up.
thumbs up the fucking.
He's like, you can like thumbs up more than once.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but what I'm getting at is like, okay, I just use Maluma, but he's hot, obviously. So that's another thing. But
There's the aesthetic of being a musician, a celebrity.
yeah,
You have to look.
but people who don't speak any fucking Spanish listen to reggaeton and listen to a lot of Latin music right now, and it's killing it. And so the Latin music that has English in it, right? It's Spanglish. It has both.
It's bridging
It,
there.
it pulls people in more because now it's like, you know, like I know some people that like, man, I love Bad Bunny, but I wish I knew what he was saying because they don't speak English, you know. I mean, they don't speak Spanish.
Google Translate.
I know not everybody's as committed as my boy Tone though, dog. Not everybody's as committed as.
I'll be sitting there just fucking.
But so now there's artists that are doing like Paloma Mami and Deo doing this shit, and there's gonna be more artists
They're
doing
killing
it.
it, bro.
It's a bridge to even more people. Those people that don't speak any Spanish. Caliuchis does it too.
Paloma Mami.
Paloma Mami's and her fucking album is hot, bro.
Yes.
Paloma or Caliuchis, pick one.
Album?
Yes.
Caliuchis.
Caliuchis.
We can't even
But-
argue right now.
But Paloma Mami.
Paloma Mami's
I love her
Mami's
style.
album didn't
actually-
resonate with me entirely.
I love her style better.
I like Caliuchi style.
Yeah,
better.
I like listening to Paloma Mami better.
How interesting that you, when it's a male, you want it to be like, I cut my veins. And when I listen to a female, I want it to be, I cut my veins.
Oh, I know you always say
I
like
always
some
pick the
depressing
most
stuff.
depressive shit for females. I love to hear the grit, the voice.
So you like to hurt your females and make them sad. So
I want them to hurt me. I want them to hurt me.
No, I'm too old for that.
You too engaged for that.
Too engaged for that. He does speak on the same thing, Teo's album, where he goes into Colombiano Americano. Or is it Americano Colombiano?
It's called Americano, but it's Americano Colombiano.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
How you said it,
Yeah. I mean, that's just fire because
So
it's
dope,
the
bro.
same thing that we're talking about, which is like our ethnicity comes back from somewhere, our roots stem from somewhere, but we are American listening to this music and we identify with both. But because we identify with both so strongly, we are in the middle, and it's like we're creating our own language, our own
lane, bro. Our own lane. Like, it's
it's
fucking
a
amazing,
lane.
bro.
It literally is a a different. It's a trailblazed fucking.
Yeah.
moment, you know?
So
I grew up. Let me tell you about my dad, bro. Like shit. This is gonna be therapeutic now. My dad used to tell me, like, this was like a hardcore thing in our house, bro. My dad was like, if you're gonna speak Spanish, speak Spanish. If you're gonna speak English, speak English. But none of this mixing this shit together.
¿por qué?
La mamá de 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 la mamá. Like, bro, in my dad's eyes, and probably a lot of like OG Latinos, Spanglish is not a dope thing, dog, because it perverses their language. And for Americans or English-speaking people, it perverses their language.
Yeah, but I know a lot
So
of
you're
immigrants.
perversing, everybody feels uncomfortable. Everybody outside of your group feels uncomfortable with what you're doing, but it's like, cabrón, I'm just doing what I gotta do.
Yeah, but I know a lot of immigrants that come to this country and their parents chose not to even speak to them in their own language because they wanted them to speak English, right? And that although that it's part of it, that is part of it. You know, you can't just have one without the other.
100%. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So, but regardless, it's still fun. So, I want to ask you a question because you saw this movie this weekend. Can you give a brief summary on if you liked it or not?
I saw In the Heights.
In the Heights, baby. So tell me,
So good.
what'd you
bro.
think? What were your
100%
takeaways?
Must watch. It like must watch, bro. So I was talking. I don't really like musicals, dog. Musicals not my thing. Or I shouldn't say that. I've never really indulged in musicals. I don't know any musicals I've seen besides this one. To be honest, I might have seen the Beauty and the Beast one with the Hermione girl, but I don't know if that's a musical. I don't even know what a musical is. That's the truth of it, right? And I've never seen a play, like a Broadway play. None of that. I've never.
You never seen a Broadway play?
Never seen one, bro. I don't think
You've seen one?
I don't recall.
We're talking
one.
about culture, and we got uncultured over here.
I'm super uncultured. No, but there's a lot of things that, like, I grew up in a very Latino household, dog, where, like, bro, I never knew what Enron was. Never, dog. I went to college, took an econ class, and someone was like, Enron, and I saw some, like, white kids next to me talking about it, and I was like, I guess I gotta go read something, dog.
Gotcha.
That's the world I grew up in, you know. Like, I'm Hispanic, I'm Latino, and, like, I understand American things and, like, pop culture because I've tried them. Like, I decided to, like, oh, it's okay to bridge this gap. It's not weird. So, anyways, therapeutic, bro. I'm gonna go. So, In the Heights, bro. Great musical, dog. They had great music, great choreography, great storyline. A little mushy gushy, which, like, I don't think is that bad, but Demi doesn't think it's that good. Like, she doesn't fuck with any mushy.
Like kind of
shit.
cheesy.
Yeah, like for example, Demi was like,
It's a musical.
Demi's like, I fuck
They're
with
usually
it.
cheesy.
Like, she kind of said, like, I'm down because it's about Latinos, so let's see how they portray us. You know, I think for being a New York, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, like, out in like, New Yorkers, like, I think they did a great job, bro. I've never been there, but I was telling you, Luis, like, there's some scenes in there where I'm like, that's what it is to be Latino.
That's
bro.
what it
You
feels
walk
like.
into a club, and they're playing some Caribbean music, and you take a shot, and you know, a bailar. You know what I mean? We're going in, pa. You know what I mean? We're not going to stop. So it did a great job at portraying what it is to be, like, what the Latino's heart
The
feels
spirit,
like.
the spirit,
Spirit, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It did a great job. I
There's
recommend it.
another journalist. His name's Brandon Maxwell. He started the Daily Chela, and
never heard
he
of
had a podcast
That's
about
pretty
this.
cool.
That sounds
That's a
fucking
cool
dope.
title, bro. That's a
Yeah.
cool
So
title.
dope, bro. Shout out to that boy. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
shout out to
fucking
whoever
hard.
fucking.
So he's Mexican American, and he was talking about this, and I only saw the sound clip where he was saying, "I like that they're making these movies, but we need to make sure that, like, that's just not how they paint us as, because he's from the street. He was a reformed cholo, basically, right, in and out of jail. So he's like, I understand. It's almost like they're trying to reprogram. He was trying to say, more or less,
Or rebrand, you could say.
rebrand. Yeah, because but we need to make sure that we still keep the blood in, blood out, American me, because that is still part of the culture. Even though, like, but we have many faces to every culture, right?
Yeah, well, I think just as much as he's concerned about it swinging that way that far,
Yeah,
I get it, but I feel like it's only been this shit before.
100%.
yeah.
It's only been the fucking blood
Especially
in, blood
Mexicans,
out.
pa.
Yeah, especially with Mexicans, it's only been blood in, blood out.
It's
American
always been
me
cholo shit.
and cholo shit, and movies too, bro. You watch movies and it's like when they had a Latino in there, and usually it's Mexican.
Is Hector?
Sadly,
It's the same cholo.
it's-
His name is Hector, and he's fucking always the fucking dying first.
yeah, it's the same cat. So So
It's
for
the same
sure.
actor,
So for sure.
Same Hector. His name is Hector in every movie.
It is, and I think his name is Hector in real life.
he doesn't have to even learn a new script. It's probably they just
It's
recycle the
the same
scripts.
vato in every place.
Hey, just
Have you-
do what you do.
Have you ever had your shit pushed in?
And that's what Danny Trejo said. He was when they asked him to be in his first movie.
Exactly.
He was just like, "Hey, can you be an inmate?" He's like, "Yeah." You know,
Ditto.
he's like, "I just gotta take off my shirt and stand there and act hard."
But do you see what
They
I'm
just
saying?
growl at people.
Yeah.
But that is the argument against what my man said about the Daily Chela. Like, okay, dog, but like, especially a Mexican American, like they were portraying you only like that now.
Yeah, but it's also like I think it's also where we're from, right? Because East Coast Latinos are different from West
Very
Coast.
different.
Yeah.
Very
As
different,
opposed
bro.
to even
Well,
when I
also
went to
the-
Florida, Latinos are much different than over
Sure.
here.
Well,
More
'cause
flamboyant.
I think they're probably more similar to the East Coast than they are on the West Coast Latinos.
What do you
What
mean?
do you mean?
Like Miami has
Oh.
a lot of Dominicans, mostly Cubans, Puerto Ricans. East
Yeah.
Coast, New York has a lot of Puerto Ricans, Dominicans,
Dominican.
Cubans. So the Caribbean feel is very different from us Central Americans and like Mexicans.
Mexican, yeah.
You know what I mean? We just grew up on the West Coast.
Yeah.
We're-
I saw this thing where
Gangs-
gangster rap was a thing here.
And like gang culture
Was a thing.
was a big thing here, bro. So
Yeah, they say that it was because of music and gang culture
100%.
that it created gangs in New York, like the Bloods and Crips, because they don't even exist over there. But
Yeah.
because of the music and because of that those gangs were created.
exactly.
I
So-
could agree it 100%.
Exactly.
I don't know it to be a fact, but I can agree.
And going back to like what G was saying right now, it's not so much that like I don't think that like naturally the Latinos on the East Coast from the Caribbean have there is a different feel a little bit, but the same like I think the bottom line Latinos like the core is still the same, but what shaped the West Coast more was the fact that there was a huge gang culture. So the Latinos that were on this side happened to be in that. So whatever they were Mexican and Central American. So it's not like a Central American Mexican thing. It's like a West Coast thing. And those the Latinos that are on this side are from those places.
And
So it
don't-
just happen to be that
Latinos
way.
on this side?
Don't forget, like there was already black gangs here.
Exactly.
So now there's these Mexican and Latino gangs mingling with the black gangs, and so I saw a TikTok where they were saying like, look
And the
at
prisons,
all
bro.
the fashion, look at all
It's all similar.
It was all mixed.
Yeah.
So the black gang started riding lowriders, and we started fucking wearing flannels or whatever.
Whatever the
I don't
exchange
know.
was.
I'm
Yeah.
saying like there's no
we
way
all
you can
influence each other.
assimilate.
Yeah.
You all influenced. So now this gang. Now it's West Coast homies against those East Coast homies.
Do you
get what I'm
guys
saying?
Yeah.
remember Colors?
Like
Colors.
the movie.
The movie Colors.
Colors.
Yeah.
Colors.
Do you
I never
remember?
saw
I don't remember it
I
super
remember.
well, but
So in
I know you
Colors,
do.
in Colors, they always have like the one black guy and the one white guy that is like part of the gang. But when you talk to like my tios and my Nino and everything, they're just like, oh yeah, there's always like that one family that grew up in the area. So that kid just got into
You
the
just
gang.
had no choice.
Yeah, it was just part of the
Interesting.
thing. So
It happens.
yeah, it wasn't just like a lot of times they try to play it as a racing, but it's not. There's always those people in the neighborhood because
It just happened that way.
yeah, because they're down.
Well,
they grew up in the neighborhood.
okay, well that's the thing about like the gang thing. Maybe we're talking a little bit
Too much on this.
Too much. A
And,
little
Yeah.
and past each other, I think.
But yeah, but just maybe we can wrap it up on this one.
Wrap it up, then.
Part of it is like you click up with the people that are in your area.
Of course.
So like when I asked my dad like how the fuck did why is all our family in the valley? You know what I mean? Like out of everywhere in California,
Yeah.
Everywhere in the
and
States.
then
Are you
everywhere.
guys the only family that are down here?
No, there's family all over the place, but most of the family,
Is
and even
central.
like, let's forget the whole state. Like, out of everywhere in LA, like, why is most of my family in the valley? He's like,
Yeah.
well, you know, one deal would come. Like, both your grandpas came,
Someone got a job
and
here,
they got a
bro.
job here.
Exactly.
So then the next cat that came just pulled up to the crib
Because they got another job.
So it was, and then before you know it, you just have a neighborhood full of these families, and like people like ended up in similar places. So you have like Mexican neighborhoods, and then fucking
Yeah.
or Latino neighborhoods and black neighborhoods. So then when you create a gang, you're just well, it's not
Whoever's-
so much a race thing. It's just like
Whoever's near me.
whoever's near me.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
check it
gonna
out
be
too.
my family.
There's
it's gonna
also
be
a lowrider scene in Japan. I don't know if you guys
I
realize.
know.
saw that
Yes.
rice thing.
That's crazy.
On Vice,
Yes.
yeah.
That's
I seen
like
it on
the
Vice.
girls and the guys.
Which
Yes.
is it's like a full cholo like revolution in
Like
Japan.
they love the culture.
Which is bro, because
That's cool, man.
Latino is culture. I've been trying to say that
So,
shit from the get.
so in Japan, they have this subculture, which is they're all just highly influenced on basically like the Mexican gang culture.
And the lowrider vibe.
Lowriders, lowrider bikes, flannels, dickies,
Tattooing themselves.
tattooing, the chola eyebrows, the Sharpies, Raiders jerseys, like Dodgers shit. It's crazy, and they're rapping too.
They do fucking
they're-
Chicano rap, bro.
Yeah, they do Chicano rap.
They're straight fucking West Coast Mexicans,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Straight up.
Crazy. Yeah,
it's a LA Galaxy.
Shout out to
right?
them, bro.
for real.
To me,
Shout
it's
out to them, bro. Much love.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
that's
bro.
dope. That's cool.
That's what I'm trying. That's what
That's
I've been
why-
trying to say. Latino's not a race or whatever. I don't know whatever they call it. It's a culture, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I say Rosalia can make reggaeton and get Latin awards because Latino is a culture, dog.
she's Spanish.
She's from Spain. Yeah, she's from
Yeah,
Spain.
from Spain.
Hey, have you guys ever heard of this Spanish guy named C. Tangana?
Oh, bro. Great segue. This is why you're the host. Clap it up for
Shout out
Tony.
to Tone and his talent.
Yeah.
You're talented, bro.
So C. Tangana dropped his tiny desk. I don't know if it was this last week, but I just found it.
No, it was a year ago.
No, because the album just came out.
That wasn't a year ago. Was it?
No, the album just came out.
Do you want to bet? Do you want to
Yeah,
bet
bet.
on record?
Better shot.
Bet.
Okay, let's bet a date.
Wait, let's
pick
take
a
this
date.
shot.
It just came
Let's
out.
pick a date.
The album just
came
came out.
I'm saying it came out last year. You good? All right. Take a shot and then I'll look it up. Don't look
bro.
it up right now. Don't look it up. I'm going to do it. Because I want you to lose.
I don't trust you.
Cheers, Jeremy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hose up.
Oh,
Hose
what's up,
up.
Jeremy?
Oh, my God.
I feel dumb because I don't even have anything to say
What
about
do you
this.
what do you want to what do you want to
I don't know which one.
what do you want to bet, Tony?
Are you gonna take another shot right now?
It came out.
I came out a month ago.
Okay, the reason I was gonna say I think
No, his album came out.
Nope.
no, but the tiny desk has to be because it's a home one.
Because his album's on the new playlist.
I know, and you cheated.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did because it came out in February.
That's right. The playlist starts in January.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I did.
It starts January.
Yeah, I did. I think I did.
So
I lose.
take a shot.
I lose. I'll take a shot.
You lost hard.
I
bro.
lost hard,
on
bro.
every front.
And you know what's
you try to bring
no,
close.
you know what's funny? I try to rock
You
it
try to
back
bring
and
it
still
back
lost. But
and
you know
lost.
why? Because today I was like, I literally looked at the playlist and said, Tony cheated. I literally thought to myself, Tony cheated, so I thought I had this one. I deserve a shot. Sorry, Tony.
Okay,
I
so
apologize on
you
record.
take a shot. Let me explain to the people. So we have a playlist. Okay, we've been curating playlists since the pandemic. The first playlist started when basically lockdown was announced. So we did like 6 months. So basically, it's we create a playlist based on a time frame. So with this new playlist that you guys are gonna find on link in the bio, it starts from the new year. So every album that came out
New
after
year.
the new year, and it's just bangers. It's stuff that we like.
100%, bro. Only bangers.
We don't like the poppy stuff. Everything is more side B.
Oh, bro.
It's like the second song on the album everybody loves, but
This
But they don't
is-
make a single.
Tony, you made a great point the other night that we can't talk about because Tony said I can't talk about it. But you made a great point. This is a side B podcast, bro.
side B podcast.
Yeah, that's just such a great way to describe it.
You know, there's this club in Hollywood. Hopefully, it comes back this year.
It's called side B.
Is it called
No,
side B?
it's
Because
called
if not, we should open a.
it's
club
called
Side
the
B.
Do Over.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the Do Over is my favorite club because they don't play not one radio hit. Every
It's
hit,
not top one.
And their DJs are
Yeah.
fat right there, bro. Everybody's murky.
every hit is like the second song, third song on the
The
album
song
that
you
you
didn't
love.
hear. Yeah.
That they didn't put on the
Radio.
and it's just bangers back and forth.
Damn,
So
I
that-
totally forgot about the do-over, dog.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never been, but Tony always talks about it.
Oh, you
I
never
think
been?
you've
I've been
even
there a couple-
invited me, and I just couldn't go or whatever the fuck
Well,
I was
me
on.
and my homies right here, we used to go all the time.
In October, they have the
Did you
boo
go?
over, right?
Not
The
with
boo?
him.
Yeah.
Well, me and I homies weren't invited.
At all, bro.
They had the Boo
I was
Over
probably
right after
invited.
Thanksgiving.
I was invited.
I wasn't.
Oh, you were definitely invited.
I was invited to one and I think I couldn't make it, but fuck, I want to go. So we'll
wasn't.
go. So
No,
we'll
you
go.
were. I hate you
On
guys
record-
both.
On record, we're
I hate
going.
you guys both. I said we're gonna go do
Mimosas
mimosas
and do over.
and then
That's
watch
how
the
I know you
do-over.
invited me.
Yes.
Oh,
That's how I know you invited me.
Yes.
I love mimosas,
You know
man.
what, Tony? Stop
love
fucking
them.
getting points right now, dog. All right, I'm
He's
a little
winning.
buzzed.
You're
winning right
You're
now,
winning
bro.
me 2-0. I don't like that
My
shit.
boy
Let's talk
Tony's-
about something I want to argue with you.
Boy, Tony's
Hey,
winning.
by
Let's
December, it's gonna
let's
be like
argue.
1,000-0, bro.
Let's fucking
By
argue
episode
about
10?
some.
Okay, so let's get back to this.
Sorry.
See Tangana, Tiny Desk.
Oh my.
Give it to me.
Beautiful, bro. I'm gonna just say that. Beautiful at the top.
Bro, immaculate, bro.
So,
You know, it's my favorite one I've seen lately, and it might be my favorite one ever.
No. Well, so
It might be.
I saw
it might
somebody
be.
post-
It's
I-
arguably top 5. Easy.
So one of my favorites was Anderson .Paak in the Free Nationals. That was one that's gone down on record as one of the best Tiny Desks. Somebody recently
Anderson's or the Free Nationals one?
they did one together.
Well, there's one where it's Anderson. Is he wearing a white shirt?
Yeah, and a hat.
Okay, that's his. Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
that goes down on record as one of the best ones ever, dog, and probably one of the most viewed.
Yes, Lord.
okay, but
But someone posted something saying that this one, I knocked that one off the fucking pedestal, and this might be one of the best ones, and I tend to agree, dog.
It is one of the best ones.
It is.
when they're in the background, just.
Ole. Alegría.
Hey.
When they say alegría, bro, and they all start clapping, oh my god, it makes me want to cry.
They're-
It's so fucking.
And then
good,
halfway through, when the camera switches, when he does.
bro. The way it switches.
Yeah, the way.
Like, what the fuck
'cause
is
you
how-
didn't even
It's
know that
one
was there.
shot. They didn't
Yeah.
edit this. This is one shot. It edits to the
Bro.
fucking violins and the cellos.
Yeah,
and they're
that's
fucking
that's
going
the thing
out.
that trips you out, bro. Because the camera moves over and you're like, oh shit, there's just a bunch of homies with cellos
They were right there already.
and violins.
You
already.
guys,
Yeah.
and then they
Like-
fucking start rocking out when he does Demasiadas Mujeres, and then they go right
Dude, that is-
back.
Like, when I heard the album, I didn't.
Check it out.
I liked the song, but it's not like I went back to listen to it all the time. But
Demasiadas
when-
Mujeres.
Yes, but when I heard it live, I fucking love that song. I can't get that song out of my
Oh,
head.
so you agree with me? I didn't think the song was that track. I didn't think that track
notable?
was that dope on the album. But watching it live, I even told Lee, I was like, bro, the deployment is just impeccable.
Yeah.
His fit is sexy. His haircut is fresh.
The whole
songs are fucking dope. The two old ladies in the corner, that's his mom and his aunt.
Oh wow, bro.
And they're just like this.
I was gonna say, you know what I was gonna say? I didn't know this until you fucking just said that right now. But I was thinking like, yo,
So doña
one
que.
of those two ladies could be like his mom.
I thought
Yeah.
the same thing.
I was thinking that.
So I thought that, and then I read comments, and it's confirmed. Actually, I didn't read comments. Tiny Desk NPR wrote a description, and they wrote a little parenthetical
Oh,
that
wow.
said, "Check out his mom and his aunt going off in the corner."
yeah.
Yeah, well,
that is
here's
amazing.
that's the thing that makes this one like magical, or what gives it the magic.
See
Is
Tangana.
that it feels like they're really hanging out, like they're at the table. And there's food on
Yeah.
the table, just like they would have been. This is one of the things, bro, that happens with like a really musical household. Is that shit happens all the time. If
Yeah.
they're kicking it and eating food and hanging out and having drinks, bro, it's only a matter of time before they break out into song. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And start vibing like that.
Make sure it's muted.
And so it felt, bro.
I just want to read you something.
Part of what made it magical is that you felt that vibe of like that night, that sort of moment with them, and you felt like, damn, I just want to sit there with them, bro.
I just want to sit there like eating pineapple.
Yeah,
and just fucking
yeah.
vibing.
I just want to be eating whatever I can be
Yeah.
eating and just chilling there and rocking out and clapping my hands too. You know what I mean?
Let me read you a little paragraph that NPR wrote, which I thought was just. I read it while I was so I watched it 3 times today. So I didn't watch it before I watched it because you told me to watch it, and then I watched it 2 other times because I couldn't contain myself. So let me read you what NPR wrote. And I don't know if this person wrote it, so I'm not gonna shout her name because I can't pronounce it. I'm gonna butcher it. But it says Si Tangana's. Okay, the name is Ana Maria Sayer, Sayre. They wrote it April
Sayer.
20th, 20. So it says, Si Tangana's extended family basking in the warmth of sobremesa with easy smiles and effortless baile looks otherworldly after more than 13 months amid a global pandemic. But considering the Spanish rapper's past year back home in Madrid, the simplicity feels fiercely authentic. Check his mama and tia vibing in the corner.
Hot, bro.
Yeah, no, and with
That describes the track.
and bro, that's like without you saying it, like that's the vibe you get from it. You know what I mean? That's
100%.
exactly what you get.
It feels
exactly,
homegrown. It feels natural.
Yeah, it feels authentic as fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
When I was one of my favorite memories, I was in a quinceañera one time, right? Right down the
That
street
shit
right
was
here.
fun back in the day when you could.
Oh,
You wanna come on my quince? I'm like,
Quinces were sick, bro. And you never said no to a quince.
that's too much fun, bro.
I've never said.
And
Oh,
you too.
no, I never said no to a quince.
Oh,
I
that
was
shit
dressing
was,
up to a quince either.
And
that shit was fun.
so we're sitting there at the table, and we're sitting there fucking waiting for the food. We have all the utensils. We have the water jug, and the water jug had like ridges. It's like, "Tarr." So you rub a spoon on it, like, "Tarr."
Mhm.
and we're just sitting there. We were just teenagers, bored, and I was just like, I started ding, 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 ding. And then my other homie got the thing. He's like, and the other homie was,
That's sick, bro.
and we were just like vibing. And we were
That's
having so
fucking
much
dope.
fun. Everyone around us, where the tables around us, everyone was just like
Adding.
like they were laughing, they loved it. And the dad of the Trump, the quinceañera was just like, "Hey, you guys over there, quiet." And we were just like, "Fuck!" we were having so much fun.
Hater.
It was going on for a couple of minutes. Where it was just like hilarious, but we were just vibing the same. It had like the same type of feel. It was all natural.
And I think like one of the overarching things that makes Tiny Desk period magical, just like going to a show,
Yeah.
play live instruments or anything like that, it's music is already magic to me. It's magic. But
That's why I love you, bro.
but when you listen to it like on speakers or on something else, and then you see them make it, bro. When you see them making it and it's happening, you're like, oh
See,
my
this
god.
is why I
bro.
say it's little,
Me and my homie
little BTS. Tony tried to ask me to disagree with you. This is why I can't. So I thought the same thing. So I thought to
You
myself,
can, but not to
I
stuff like that.
thought to myself, I was like, bro, okay, music is already mathematical, which is already interesting, bro. The fact that there's a mathematics to the fact that it feels right.
Full beats, quarter
But
beats,
how
8
crazy is it that eliminate from C Tangana's video, eliminate the guitar, eliminate the fucking synthesizer that they have. If they just had the clap,
And that one guy looked like Al Pacino just fucking playing the drums on the
bro,
guitar.
how fucking incredible is it that music was probably made
That way.
100% agreeing with evolution, made without instruments,
course.
with before anybody could even lodge. Am I okay with audio? And before anybody could intelligently think about the sonics and the mathematics of it, they were already making music because they could do.
And you got an instrument in here. too.
That's it, bro. That's to
Fire,
me
bro.
the same thing that I thought when I saw that. I was like, bro, they decided to make music with their homies.
Yeah, and when
That's fucking insane
bro,
to me.
well,
dog.
because and like when you hear the album just playing, right? You just hear it playing.
Yes,
it's
bro.
the product together already.
Yeah.
But when you get to see it like on a Tiny Desk, you see each element individually,
Yes,
and then the
bro.
sound comes together. And you see how the sound comes together, and then it's like
100%, my G.
wow, dog, this shit, it's so like you're like.
I've
bro,
never seen a tiny disc like this one though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's my favorite.
I think
one
it's
I've
my
ever seen.
favorite too.
Yeah.
I don't want to agree with you, but I have to in this
some that I
case.
do.
I have to.
Yeah, I mean, I like other ones, but
Yeah.
this one, like, I went to listen to other ones after this.
Just
Pick,
the vibe
pick
on it.
another one, Tony, because I don't want to agree.
What are some of your other favorites? Before you make that declaration.
I said Anderson .Paak in Free National.
That's one of my
one of my
favorites.
favorites. I thought the drums on that were sick.
Ooh, Mac Miller's. Mac Miller's is
Mac Miller's is
fire.
I like Mac Miller's.
I love that one.
You know which one I like?
I like Alicia Keys' too.
I like Alicia. Oh, I love Alicia Keys,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, hers is really
Oh
cool.
my god, bro.
Alicia Keys.
Ah, I
She's
love that
amazing.
shit. The other one I liked was the Rock en Español one. What's that band called?
I like
Eres. They sing Eres.
Café Tacuba.
Café Tacubas is
That one's
dope,
lit
bro.
too. That one's lit too.
You know which one I did see, but I didn't see the whole thing, so I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see the whole
Oh, Justin Bieber's was sick.
I saw Justin Bieber's right after I saw Tangana. No.
No, but before it was sick.
Yeah, but once
He
I
did a
saw
little
this
weird
one,
dance. We were trying to be alternative.
yeah, but when
rockish.
I watched. That's
You were
the
thrown
first
up?
one I
I
saw.
was like, why are you doing that?
The first one I saw immediately after Tangana.
Justin?
And I couldn't. I couldn't.
my
I couldn't do with it.
pizza,
But the
Georgia.
one I picked. So after that, I picked Fat Joe, which is horrible.
Fat Joe's was pretty good. I thought it
I
was.
haven't seen Fat Joe.
I like Fat Joe's.
I was.
cool.
You know what I liked
don't-
about? You know what I liked about
gonna
Fat
do?
Joe's? He had this fucking pink leather jacket,
He
bro.
looked hot.
Oh, cabrón.
He.
Dripping. My boy's
Bro,
dripping.
that was a sick fit.
I watched Carol G's, but I only watched 200 Copas,
I haven't seen
and
it.
that one's fire, bro.
I didn't check hers either.
Ozuna's
was kinda
I
whack.
kind of, to be honest, I fast forwarded through a lot of it. I just because I wanted to see if she played that song, and she did, and I listened to that song.
That song is fire, bro.
And that song is fire.
I,
Did you watch
Live?
Ozuna's?
I did see Osuna's too.
What'd you think?
Kind of bland, huh?
I thought I was.
Well,
I was
because his
expecting one.
albums are bland. So like,
No, but like he's.
should have done all of fucking.
Yeah, but he
what
has
was the first
hits.
album we dropped?
Odisea.
He should have just done all Odisea. There would have been a fire fucking.
Is that the one with the little teddy bear in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the first one he
that
dropped.
was fire.
Everything after
That
that
one's
was
stupid fire.
everything after that was Migos Culture 3. I say
That's
it
not
like
a bad
I
word.
say it like that.
Yeah, he still has hits, but as far as his consistency has dropped. Can I just say that his consistency has dropped?
To say the least.
But he still kills it on features.
Oh, I would
Come
take
on,
him any day on a feature.
Come on, bro. He should make a Ty Dolla Sign album where it's like
Just features only.
only features.
Yeah, I agree.
Shit would be hot. And he should make a Bad Bunny feature. Hey, do you find it interesting that they've only collaborated on one song in which a bunch of people collaborated?
let's go.
There's a fat
Let's go.
discussion there.
Yeah, let's go full fucking speculation right here.
Oh God, this is sexy,
Yeah,
bro.
they're
Low
album's dropping.
speculation.
No. Do you think that there's like they have some real issue, or you just feel like
Who?
they just haven't connected?
Who?
Bad Bunny and Ozuna.
So there's an interview. Let me fill
Oh,
you
'cause
in.
they-
Tony, let me fill you in.
Debote. What else?
No, nothing.
They've never done anything where it's like it's Bad
It's
Bunny's
never been.
song.
So
It's never been his song or his song.
Tony. The
But they've
conversation.
been on features.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but fool, when there's 15 other
They
reggaetoneros,
get the call
is that really a
separately, bro.
feature?
Yeah, they get the call separately.
Like you don't know who's on and who's off. You don't know who's coming after you and who's coming on when it's fucking 7 reggaetoneros. The question is, there's this dialogue or there's this narrative that Bad Bunny and Ozuna have never formally met.
Aren't they in videos?
Wait. They've never formally met, and they don't have a relationship in order for one or the other to ask for features. So do you buy it?
No.
So you believe they've
Me
met
neither.
and they just don't fuck with each other? What's your speculation? Just for fun.
Because Anuel has collaborated with Bad Bunny.
So if what you're
I haven't
saying,
seen them hang out.
so what you're saying is that they've never met. They're on so many
Maybe,
features
maybe
together.
that maybe not
They're
that
on,
they never,
they're
maybe,
in
okay,
video.
whatever.
maybe not that
Okay.
they never met, but they don't have that level of relationship where I'm like, I want to collaborate with
What-
my
yeah,
boy.
Whatever it
each
is.
other.
Why do you think they haven't collabed? Let's just
Okay,
cut
fine.
to the
That's
chase.
a
They're
great way to
not cool
put
with
it.
each other. I mean,
Yeah.
But why would they not be cool with each other?
they're from the same island. The island's not that big.
Dude, Anuel
but all
collaborates
the
with Bad
fucking-
Bunny, bro. And they make the same fucking music. I mean, not the same music, but like when Bad Bunny came
competitive
out, he was
artists.
making trap Latino. Anuel was arguably the king of trap. Like, they've collaborated on a track after they've allegedly talked shit about each other.
So is
Why has
Anuel
Ozuna?
still the king of trap Latino?
Not if you ask
Just
me.
by title.
I don't
I
want.
think-
I don't want to shit on my boy
You
George
know-
because my boy
you
George
know,
probably disagree with me hardcore,
Jeff,
and
too,
I
bro.
love him too hard.
Love you,
I love
bro.
him too
And
hard
Lebo?
to disagree. And Lebo too. I don't want to fuck. Those are my boys, and I would.
But you know how I would say?
But I don't think so.
Eladio Carrion.
Siendo cabrón. I think Eladio's killing.
Where's Eladio from?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Well, I think he's initially from the States, but he moved there young, so he like resonates with Puerto Rico.
It's Puerto Rican, bro.
Have you heard his new freestyle that he did with Biz Rap? I added it to the playlist. So
I was listening to it.
So check it out to the playlist. I added a fucking Biz Rap Eladio Carrion. He talks about soy de Houston, soy de la H, pero no de Travis. Saying like I'm from H Town, but not Travis's H Town. I'm from I don't know what H Town. And I've been trying to figure it out, but there's an H Town in Puerto Rico.
I mean, there's H Town in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
know.
Check it out. He says, soy de la H, pero no la de Travis.
But anyways, if I had to pick
King
somebody
of
who's
Trap?
killing it the most right now in Latin trap,
Yeah, but he's not as popular.
no.
No.
But
I
if
think,
he was,
he raps too hard to be as popular.
his music is good too, though.
I agree with that.
It's not just.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point.
he
But
doesn't have many like singy songy.
that's true. That's
No.
true.
And,
Very
and,
true.
and when he makes reggaetons, it's because someone asked him
He
to
doesn't.
make
He
a
doesn't.
reggaeton.
He doesn't have really like
And
poppy songs.
he raps over rap beats.
And you know what's trip?
Like,
And
he doesn't rap over reggaeton beats.
You know what's trippy about Eladio? He's telling you, I'm here to rap. I do all of that for money, my G. I'm
And he
here
doesn't
to
do
rap.
it that much.
He doesn't. And when he does, he kills it.
He's hot, bro. He's a hot artist.
No,
bro.
he's sick, bro. Eladio
great.
Carrion is one of my favorite rappers.
You think he's
to
dropping
date.
this year?
Huh?
You think he's dropping this year?
He's setting up, bro. He dropped that fucking Sauce Boy 4. He dropped that Biz Rap.
I don't know.
I don't know because he
I
just
don't-
dropped Mariposas.
I don't feel like
But
he's
it wasn't
Oh,
gonna,
Come on.
Mariposa was earlier this year?
It was
Or late
2020.
last year.
Monarca.
Monarca.
I don't feel if I had a bet, I wouldn't. I don't feel he's gonna release another album this year. I just feel like he'll
I hope he does.
Just drop
I
joints.
hope so too, but I just feel he's gonna be pretty active. Drop joints,
Features.
jump on features, and have a lot of fun, like with little single shit. you
Yeah,
know?
I hate when artists get hot and then they.
They feel like they have to.
Well, no, like they wait till like the next album a year or two later.
Like Bryson
I definitely don't think. No, I don't.
I'm
Yes.
taking us on a tangent.
Yes,
Huh?
no, but I agree. It's
That's the Bryson Tiller. That's the Bryson Tiller curse. We
Mentality,
should call that
yeah.
the Bryson Tiller curse.
Or trap.
That curse, fool, because he dropped
I like
such a
trap.
sick mixtape that he like. I think he's afraid to drop anything else because his last
That's why I
album
would
didn't
call
do
it.
as
That's
great.
why I would call it a trap. 'Cause
Fine.
he's
La-
trapped
last
into like
two
he's
albums didn't do
scared,
that
bro.
good.
You know what I mean?
His last album,
yeah.
Not
I mean,
not
there
not
is a-
nowhere. Not nowhere.
maybe they got plays, but I didn't hear him.
Well, there is a reason why they call it like a sophomore slump, right? Which is
I never
you
heard of
get-
this.
So artists come out the gate popping,
Freshmen
and
are
then their sophomore
sick.
slump is it happens all the time.
because they go real formula with it on the second one.
Yeah, because on the first one, it's like it's their homegrown beats. Their producers are regular. Their producers they've been working with. Their sound is brand new. Usually after that, they get to the second album. They start getting big name producers. They sound more like everybody else.
Yeah, well, because on that first one, people are not that invested in them yet. You know.
Yeah, like Jeezy, the Motivation 1 versus Motivation 2, different album.
Yeah, night and
totally.
day.
It doesn't sound the same. Jay-Z, he dropped Reasonable Doubt.
What was the
and
second album? I know this is
The Life and
massive.
Times Volume 1.
Oh, okay.
I mean, DMX, but I mean,
But
he
DMX
dropped it the same year, so it's
Yeah, I was
just
gonna
kind of
say.
weird.
I was gonna say I wouldn't call that one a sophomore slump because
But it's not as good as the first one.
it's not. It's not. But I wouldn't call that one a slump because
Well, when your first album's a classic, even if it's good, it's a slump.
yeah. Well, I get it. But I mean, like he didn't. He wasn't in that same trap because that shit was the same year, bro.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. He wasn't waiting for nothing. He that shit that he dropped probably, like, it was already cooking by the time like the rollout for his first album was out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he caught it. He fell into this thing that everybody else falls into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot of artists drop into this sophomore slump. So when they don't, it's always the narrative around the second album. Like, are they gonna fall off? Are they gonna?
Can
Yeah.
they beat it?
Are they just gonna sound the same and just try to duplicate it? Like, what are they gonna do?
I know this is like, it sounds stupid to say because it's just like obvious right now, and he's just so big.
Huh.
But it just pops into my head. That's like, it's just why Bad Bunny's so amazing, bro. Because my boy hasn't slumped, doc, like a bit, bro.
Bro, even Yonaguni. So I listened
Okay,
to
so Yonaguni just came out.
yeah, Yonaguni by Bunny.
Oh, let's
check it out.
wrap up the fucking. Do you feel like
Oh.
he slumped at all? His fucking albums are fire, bro.
No, I'm going there. So
Holy
I'm
shit,
going
bro.
there.
I mean,
Obviously, my favorite is still.
no, but I mean, when
I
it
think
comes
Tony
to
feels
his,
the type of
his
way.
first album came out, fuck, superstar off the bat, rip
Por
Le-
siempre.
level
Still my favorite, but
out of 10. That was like 15, right? So Yago que lo me gana. I say
Yo hago lo que me da la gana.
7. Has hits, it has bangers, but as a whole entire
I
album,
agree.
Okay,
no. But
so
then
first
we also
one.
haven't
So
been.
wait,
we
so
also
first
didn't go
one's
outside
15.
with it.
No, but here's the
I
thing.
just want to write. I want to get the numbers down though.
Yeah,
Real-
we
oh.
didn't go outside with it.
Which
Hey,
is
well,
a
here's another
major
thing about that album, though. Okay, we didn't go outside with it, and two, I still agree though. Even though we didn't go outside with it as a full project, because that second half, there's a few that you can.
I've been saying that.
You can write off-
I've been saying that
But-
album was the fucking wackest.
Bro, but
Out of
Not
all,
wackest, but like.
it's not the wackest though. I don't think.
Okay, my bad. I used the wrong word, but I'm saying like I've been saying that was my fucking
Hold up,
lowest
though.
the
album.
least good.
The least
Listen,
good,
but it has
yeah.
some of the best though. Like Safaera, bro. I know I talk about this shit all the time,
I'm
bro.
not
Hit it?
saying it doesn't
But
have
that song,
bangers, bro.
but that song, bro. I know. So
I'm not saying it doesn't have
I
bangers.
know. I agree with you on the album front as a whole.
I'm
album.
thinking concept album totality. That's all I'm talking about.
Okay. I just want to highlight the fact.
Safaera is
I just
bro,
want to highlight the fact.
probably one of the hottest reggaeton tracks that came out in the past.
That's where I was going with it. That's where I was.
What? I haven't heard a reggaeton track
It's
like
one of the best.
and because that reggaeton track reached way back.
It's
It
one of
reached-
the bro. It's one to me. It's one of the best reggaeton tracks
finish.
of all time. It's not.
I'm
just-
gonna go there too.
That's how far.
That's
I
what
go
I'm
with
trying
that.
to say
That's
with
how-
that.
Okay, so what I'm going with is like, okay, the album we could be like, all right, it dropped a little bit as far as like a full project, right? But
We
even
didn't go
then,
out
it's-
with it.
But it's not like Culture 3. because it has some songs on it.
No way.
Because it has some
Bangers, super bangers.
stupid bangers,
No
bro.
way.
Like Bichillal is a banger too.
No.
Yo Perreo Sola, bro.
And they're almost all bangers. The
Yeah.
problem is like,
Y si veo a tu mamá. Bro, like, you know what I
no,
mean?
they're all bangers. The
Be
problem is
fucking
as a
Yeah.
project.
No, I know. Or
Yeah.
even
And when it came out, I was like, this shit is hot. I played that shit. I added it to the playlist.
Yeah.
The problem is that other shit came out after, and so then you start comparing.
Yeah.
That's why I agree with the sophomore slump. So, anyways, finish what you're thinking. But that's the only reason I think we're saying what we're saying. Because when that shit came out, I didn't hear any of us talking down on that fucking album.
No, not at all.
So-
but yeah, I just want to highlight, bro, the fact that like it has songs on there. Like, what do you skip on there, dog?
I don't know. No. Don't get me wrong,
Bro, even
okay.
even when he's rapping his ass off, like on 25, was it 25?
25-7.
Bro,
25-7.
bro, he fucking raps his. That's a hot ass track.
25
bro.
ocho.
Oh, 25-8.
Of course. So, anyways,
yeah,
wait,
stupid.
wait. But Tony gave
And then
Por Siempre a 15. You can keep going, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm done.
Tony gave Por Siempre a 15. Yo hago lo que me da la gana a 7.
And this is
Then
out of
it's
10.
Las que no iban a salir. That's the next album he dropped.
I'll give it another 7.
Which Las que no iban a salir is the throwaways from Yo hago lo que no me da. Like Yo hago lo que
It
me da la
sounds more
gana.
cohesive.
I go yo. I think I still slightly put Yo hago lo que me da la gana. I go 8, and then las que no iban a salir a 7.
Oh my god.
And then
Okay,
El
well,
Último
you want a
Tour?
disagreement? Here's a
No,
disagreement.
and then El Último Tour, 12.
12,
Bro, and then
So
yeah, and then,
okay, so here,
and then he just goes.
so
stupid
here's
again.
mine. Por Siempre, bro, of course, takes a 15, bro. First debut album, come out fucking swinging. You put everything on that album. You gave me some fucking innovation. You gave me reggaeton. You
was
gave
so
me
fresh.
bars. So hot, bro. And then second place with like a 14-13. I'm going to put El Último Tour. Not that it was bad. Like, not that it was worse than Por Siempre. Simply that it was just later.
Yeah.
Simply the fact that if you would have gave me Último Tour
First.
before Por Siempre, I don't know what I'd be saying right now, dog.
No, I think you would still have to say Por Siempre because the hits. And this is why he's
Oh, okay.
choosing Yo hago que...
Yo hago lo que me da la gana. Yeah.
Because it has more hits, right? El Último Tour sounds great,
Such a great
but
album.
most of the album you can't put in the club.
Very good point.
Where Por Siempre,
Okay,
you
fine,
can play the whole
fine,
album
fine,
front to back.
Fine.
La
Um,
Romana, 120.
Fine, bro. Okay, fine. So the album is a more artistic album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his most artistic album.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, had that one come out first, I've said this shit a million times. I'll say it one
Not
more
on
time.
record, though.
Not on record. Here it is. Por Siempre, Yo hago lo que me dé la gana.
Me too.
Las que no iban a salir, y yo hago lo que me dé la gana. And they're all close. None of them are worse. They're just not as good. I think that's the best way to put it. They're just not as good.
Yeah, mine are the same. I just flip.
Yo hago
your
lo que
last
me dé la
two.
gana. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah,
love
which I think many people will.
I love fuck them because Las que no iban a salir is sexy for a couple
Yeah.
of reasons.
It is.
For the number one reason is because the only reason that album came out is because Don Omar gave me a feature. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? You fools don't love reggaeton if you didn't want to hear Don Omar and Bad Bunny
course, bro,
feature,
and I love that song.
And the fact that you heard that feature and that's why that album came out makes that album better.
Hey,
Special,
I didn't realize he put ¿Cómo se siente?
With
Remix
Jay
on-
Cortez,
Como
bro.
se siente,
Which
como
fool?
se
Yeah, but I
siente.
thought that was a Jay Cortez track. That's why.
You know why?
Because
Because Jay Cortez is
Bad
Bad Bunny's one of Bad Bunny's favorite artists.
Period.
That's why you know Jay
You
Cortez.
know, they
is
asked
sick,
him-
gave
bro.
it to him.
When he
I
dropped
have to pee.
when he dropped the Último Tour, he went on a Go ahead. He went
I
on
wanna hear this though.
he went on Molusco's podcast.
Uh-huh.
For y'all that don't know,
Who?
Bad
Bad
Bunny.
Bunny
Molu's a radio host and also has a podcast
in Puerto Rico
in Puerto Rico. So Bad Bunny jumps on at midnight or late. You saw it,
for
right?
his album release. Yeah, of course I saw
so
it. Yeah.
Molu asked him like, hey, you've released so much fucking music, like, what songs do you fuck with? Like, what songs do you like? And he's like, honestly, I get tired of my shit.
As in, what music do you not make that you listen to?
And no, but then he also asked him his own shit.
What songs do you make that you listen to and don't get tired?
Yeah, and
of?
he thought about it for a little bit. If I remember correctly, he goes and he says like, honestly, I work on them so hard that by the time they're really out there, I'm like
tired of them.
I'm done with him. I've heard him. He's like,
if you're with the recording process,
it's a pain in the ass.
So when you're writing the song to the beat,
you've heard that beat. Oh my god.
No. Yeah.
20, 30, 40 times, right? Let's say you write that fast, right?
Some artists
take
life,
a week.
bro.
Sometimes you got to come back to it. It's a long time. So you do that. You do the ad libs. You do the hook. And then
redo the verse.
And then the mixing.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're going to sit there, which you want to as an artist to make sure they don't fuck it up, right? So by the time you're done with it, you spent, 20, 30 hours on this song with the same beat in the background.
Yeah.
You're sick of it.
Yeah.
Right?
So, yeah, 100% makes sense, bro.
Yeah, and then you got to go on tour. You got to do all this and sing the same song. And if it's a hit, this is the song they want to hear all the time, right? So I get it. Like sometimes I look at old artists, like whether it's like Paul McCartney or we can even go to like Jay-Z, right? To make it more relevant or recent. It's like, dude, are you tired of doing "Can I Get a"?
Yeah.
Are you tired of doing these songs of Big Pimpin'? I mean, you said the same. You're just repeating the same 32 verses, and that's if he doesn't add on the extra he put on the MTV remix version of Big Pimpin' where he added an extra 8 bars.
I never saw that shit for real.
Yeah, so he added an extra 8 bars at the end of Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
MTV Jam of the Week. That's what he says. I forget the whole verse right now. So it's like you got to be tired of it 20 years later.
Yeah, so, bro, fuck yeah, of course. And, bro, so after all that being said, it's like now with the people and having that in mind, how long you work with a song.
Yeah.
It makes sense why you get tired of it. The songs that he said, like, but you know what? The ones that I don't get tired of it, it's the ones when I'm rapping with, when I'm on there with Jay Cortez. He's like, I love Como Se Siente. I still play that. And Dakiti is like, to him, he's like, that shit's out of here. Yeah. He listens. He's like, I don't get tired of those, Yeah. So why do we even bring that up? Oh, because you were saying you thought Como Se Siente was a
Jay Cortez song.
Yeah. And it makes sense because Bad Bunny loves him so much that he has a lot of space for him in those songs.
I think we've said this now.
And Dakiti was actually Jay's first, for those who don't know.
His first?
Dakiti, not his first, but Dakiti, his first.
Belonged to him first.
It belonged to Mora and Jaco. And then they were showing him tracks. They showed him Dakiti, and Bad Bunny was like...
He just had the intro and like the skeleton of the beat.
Jaco said, Bad Bunny said, I need that. Let me have that. So they gave it to him, and they just kept each other.
They worked on it to close
actually,
it up.
I don't think... Mora's not even credited. Well, maybe he's credited in the credits, but not like on the feature.
Oh, no. But I think he was just a part of the writing process.
And I think the beat production.
Yeah.
Anyways.
There is that other song. Is it Mora on the other song?
Which one?
Where...
Unless que no iban a salir or...
No, it's the song that I added to the playlist. Check out the playlist.
Plug.
Act 3.
Where he says the same verse from Dakiti.
Oh, yeah. That's that's from the other playlist, no?
No, it's this one.
Oh, from Daki. Oh, shit. I haven't learned this one.
I don't know whose verse.
It's on Ovi's album.
Who's rapping it? Mora?
Well, it's Ovi, Playing Skills, Zion, and Lennox. Se acabó.
Oh, I fucking love this song.
Yeah, but that you recognize that
this song makes me so happy, bro.
Yeah,
I play it all the time when I need a pick me up. I love this song.
I love that song.
I love that song.
But he's, I don't know who says that verse, but they saying the Dakiti verse.
Yeah.
So
a snippet of it. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Oh, bro, this fucking.
I may not have realized.
It's the second verse.
Wow.
After the chorus.
I can't even tell you who it was. I don't remember right now. I think it's Ovi.
Neither can I.
Because Ovi doesn't open it up, does he?
I don't.
Fuck, I'm blanking out.
Anyway, anyways,
I'm not well versed enough in their
voices,
sound of their voices yet.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask you guys. So speaking of our playlist, so this is gonna be a plug every single time.
What Act 3?
Above the Waves.
Coming
Act
soon.
3.
Above the waist.
Full day of music. Just hit shuffle.
What did you guys add recently?
I'm looking.
I added. Show me the bottom real quick. Shit.
Oh, you added a Me Maten.
Oh, you know which one I liked a lot.
No, you didn't. You added a.
Well, I added Yonaguni. Talk about it. This is not. This is last
week or two.
New music. This
Otro Fili is new music.
Otro Fili is new music. We could talk about that one.
Yeah.
I put that shit from St. John and SZA.
I didn't like that track.
You didn't like it?
I haven't heard it yet.
I heard it. Well, I played it once and I was like, I'm not adding it.
Play it again, bro.
No, I'm gonna play it. No, if you add it, I'm gonna play it a bunch of times. I simply, when I heard it, I was like,
It didn't catch you, yeah. You know what I've been in love with though, bro?
What?
And this is not new, because Setcha dropped his album. What is it now? A month now? A month ago now?
That's still new for the pod.
It's new for the pod, I guess.
Yeah.
I added I'm late on it, I guess, or we were all late. Pata Abajo, bro, with Wisin and Yandel. It's the first track. First track off the album. Such a vibe, bro. I
gotta check that out again. I gotta run that album back again.
But that jungle track is new. Now it's like a week old ish. I love that shit. If you guys haven't heard of Jungle, it's this like
Jungle's
funky,
sick,
like
funky house,
low
tech house, probably.
Exactly, that's the best way to put it. Yeah. Real dope. It's like if the Free Nationals and Anderson .Paak met like Daft Punk or something like that.
In a low key setting.
Quiet.
I agree, bro. 100%. I agree with it.
Real smooth. It feels like this.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Bro,
you
Jungle is like you want to go back to the 80s, like acid trip. Like,
yes, bro. That's exactly what I was.
No, I already know because I know why you like Jungle because I fuck with it. Like it's an 80s acid trip of like we're just gonna have a good time. We're not really gonna fuck. Like we might, but that's not that. But right now we're here for the music. But right now we're here for the music, and the fact that you fuck with it is just making me want to fuck you more. You know what I mean?
That's what we fuck all the time.
You know what's funny is when I...
No
tengo COVID. Los cookies. When I heard Rico, I knew someone was going to add it. I knew someone was going to add it.
You added that.
I don't know. What about?
And that's by Teo.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I added Rico by Teo because what a track. I added Run It Up with Snake Hips and Earth Gang just because like Snake Hips and Earth Gang, dog. So like it was a vibe. It was just a dope one.
Oh, I saw Snake Hips live.
I think I've seen Snake Hips live.
I want to say Camp Flogna with me and my homies. I was with my.
You went with the me and my homies
because he knows what he's doing.
I just had to. Actually, I went with.
He knows he's using that shit.
I was there.
So Camp Flogna.
Oh, so you on this side?
Camp Flogna actually always comes out around my birthday. So what I do is I buy my sister a ticket, and then so we'll go. So I take my sister. So I saw Snake Hips on a third stage. It wasn't on a big stage. They just had like a cool like DJ booth set up like kind of like above everybody. And they were just like this area was just like vibing. This is where they had all like the carnival rides, the carnival games, but they played DJ stuff. But I mean, depending on the DJ, shit could get fucking crazy ratchet there. But I saw Snake Hips. I had like a 3 or 4. I mean, I would have preferred later, but that would have conflicted with all my It's a vibe.
It's a very poolside vibe.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's kind of how I feel like.
It's, what's the stage at Coachella that's off to the side?
Well, they changed them now.
No, but the one that's off to the side, it started small and now it's like has like overlay, but it's just a vibe DJ one.
I know. Oh, Doolab.
The Doolab. So it's basically Doolab vibe.
Yeah. It is a Doolab vibe.
Yeah.
Doolab.
So
that's a great word.
So that's and then if you never been to Coachella,
go with us.
We camp all over Sled. Just look for the flag.
If you go look at the flag weekend too, we're usually up in the front parking somewhere. No, it's called Camp
We
Ozuna.
already put the flag down. We gotta keep it.
It's heaven, bro. Going with us,
Camp Ozuna.
It's a life-changing.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up, bro. Hold on, I gotta remind you. Yeah, if you haven't, then come with us and be prepared for your life to change. There's gonna be a before Coachella and an after Coachella.
You're gonna be that annoying person that doesn't stop.
And AC, bro.
You're gonna be that annoying person that doesn't stop talking about Coachella everywhere you go after. Be like, oh, when I was at Coachella.
How many times have you been to Coachella?
Let the people know, bro.
I've done 5.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Yeah. Until the pandemic.
We ain't stopping until we die. No,
Yeah, no, I'm not stopping. I mean, there's gonna be some stuff getting away. You know, maybe have some kids or something. But
we'll take them. I'll babysit.
hey, it's all ages.
I've seen people with families.
I would mad fucking carry your kids in the fucking. I would love it. In a wagon.
Oh yeah. You know, people.
I wouldn't even fucking do drugs.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I wouldn't even.
I'll slow down on drugs.
I just drag your kids around for the fun of it.
You know, people put like headphones on their kids so they can't hear.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good idea.
It's a good idea, but you don't want them to fucking blow out their eardrums before they
You better shit on it.
I want my kids to hear good music.
Okay, from afar, my G, you know, like from afar.
Bro, your ears are fucked. Our ears are fucked.
Yeah, I can barely hear you
Hey,
right
you know
now.
what's funny is when I was in
I'm
nursing
concentrating hard on your mouth right now.
when reading my lips so you know what I'm saying. When I was in nursing school, right? My teacher said, I can't wait for your generation.
I agree with this.
Because you guys are going to be in nursing homes 70, 80 years old
Shit.
with horrible tattoos all over you and bad hearing, all of you guys. Because we're one of the first, second generations that had headphones. We're the first ones that had the full earbuds.
Bro, listen to this real quick, dog.
Dre, Dr. Dre beats.
This is me. Okay, that too. But before that, bro, I don't know what grade I was in when the Marshall Mathers LP came out, bro. But I was young. I was in elementary school, right? Listen to this, dog. Bro, if I had a, this is weird to say as a fucking child, like, between, in elementary school, you're between 6 years old and 10 years old, 11 years old, right? Bro, so how bad of a day could you have? But anyways, bro, if I had a bad day, if I was angry, bro, I'd go home. My mom had this Walkman, and my cousin Danny, shout out to Danny, I love you. He burnt me the Marshall Mathers LP, bro. I used to put that bitch on, and my mom's fucking Walkman, just walk around the block.
Angry, just like,
I swear, bro, I used to like just listen to the whole album, bro. Mad, like a little fucking, like I can't wait for another kid my size to walk up on me.
you know when that
And bro, but going back to the listening thing, I would put it loud as fuck, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been listening to music really loud in my head since then, bro. I've tried to be more conscious about it, but
And I've been thinking about wearing earbuds to like live shows.
I do that, man. I actually do that, yeah.
Of course you do. Because
see how smart Jerry is? That's why we keep him off camera, yo, because he's not only good looking and fucking buff.
Yeah.
Well, but then Jerry's also fucking doing his.
Yeah, because you're taking shots near the camera.
He's more than speaking.
By the way, check out my fucking boy Jerry's shit on Instagram.
Jeremy_James.
Fucking
Links
best
in the
fucking
bio above.
videographer I know. And you know. And anybody know. Check his shit out.
Shit is
Hiring
sexy.
for your fucking
And
shit.
the only reason why he doesn't post selfies is it doesn't want to take away from his
No, because
party.
he doesn't want to make his shit X-rated. He wants it to be.
That's for the
He
OnlyFans.
doesn't want to be the Maluma.
But and on our
photography.
but on our OnlyFans, he's taking off his pants.
Bro, he's center stage. I don't know about y'all. Dog. I'm just gonna kiss. I'm gonna do the light.
Hey, Jeremy, sit over here, bro.
Nah, you know what? No, check this out. I'm gonna leave you three on stage. You two with your shirt off. And you gotta take off your shirt too. Next
That's everybody away.
next
Balance it out.
yeah, so then it's just
It's for the positive self-image. Keep us fucking diverse. Yeah.
Bro, but you gotta be in there too. Look at your eyes, bro.
Look at your eyes. Look at your ears. Look at your
My boys was mostly Aztecs. Believe it or not, my boy did 23andMe or what?
I did 23andMe and Ancestry.
Bring us back. We're going way off into some like
and
OnlyFans
basically,
shit that we can't give them for free. We can't give this shit up for free.
I'm more Mexican than I look.
Just to cut that, yeah, that's all
Let's
you
cut
got.
that out. Okay, so A couple albums that we didn't hit on. Audrey Nuna. Space.
Oh my god, bro.
It's on the playlist.
Bro, you
haven't
gotta
heard of it.
peep this track. First of all, my girl has an exceptional control of her voice. Which,
Yeah.
Look, bro. And this fucking playlist and on this podcast, I'm the female edition. So the fact that my boy Tony added that, beyond me. So this girl's good. First of all, it's a great track. She has a great album. It's different. It's refreshing. It's
She's
innovative.
Asian.
I didn't want to add there, but
No, I mean, it
wasn't
takes
what
to
I was-
note that like when I heard
That's
it,
not where I was going to.
when I heard
Goddamn.
when I heard the song and I YouTubed it.
she has a video for that.
Yes.
I gotta check that.
Two totally different.
So it's
people.
Audrey.
Two totally what I
Oh,
thought.
I know it's.
Wait,
I know what
give
track
me
you're
the
talking
name
about.
and the name of the artist and track.
Audrey Nuna.
Space.
Space.
Oh, I know the track.
But the album
My bad,
itself, it's called Liquid Breakfast.
I haven't heard the album. That's what I'm.
Her song with Jack Harlow, she raps her ass off. So when I heard Space first, I thought,
that.
oh,
I
she's
heard
just a
that.
singer. She did the song with Jack Harlow,
Let me see the album.
and she's rapping. And then she has this other song with Saba where she's rapping also. So she could rap and she could sing, and she doesn't sound like
Oh, I did
every
hear-
other rapper.
I did hear the album. I did listen to it.
Yeah.
Saba's sick too, bro. I don't think I got to that track.
Yeah, I love Saba.
Yeah, I love
Hey,
Saba
shout out
too.
to my brother Michael. Show me Saba.
Saba. So you like the album a lot?
Yeah, I fuck with the album.
No, she's
I gotta play it
innovative,
again.
bro. She's innovative.
No, I liked it. I can't. It was like one of those moments where I was listening to it in between doing things.
Yeah.
You know. So I can't give you a real shit.
That's kind
I
of
love that track.
That's kind of how the Lloyd Banks album went for me.
For you.
How'd you like it? Lloyd Banks, COTI.
I mean, look. I didn't give it a fair shake, so I don't want to talk no trash on Banks because it's fucking Lloyd Banks.
Hey,
dog. And he
and-
gave us some of the hottest tracks of the '90s,
And
in my
for
opinion.
the record, Lloyd Banks is my favorite rapper of the last 10 years.
I could get behind that.
I can
Yeah,
or in my top 5. Right?
yeah, no, I've known that about you.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say though. Like, Banks gave us some of the hottest tracks
Of
since
the early
the '90s,
2000s.
though, of the early 2Ks.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't want to talk nothing down it. Like, off the cuff, I didn't listen. I listened to it setting up all this shit too. So you know how we talked about like a couple weeks ago, and people didn't hear it, but like we talked about J. Cole sounding like he was on top of the track.
It doesn't sound as best
Lloyd
mixed.
Banks sounds like he's in like under the track.
Yeah, I didn't like the way it was
What
mixed.
was he sounded like he was in a jail cell or something. It was weird.
Yeah, when I heard it on my power beats,
You thought something was off with the shit?
so you thought it too.
Yeah, it didn't sound right. Like when I heard the album on my power beats, and I didn't like it as much. But when I heard it in my car, it sounds different. And that's the thing when sometimes when you mix in a studio, depending on the mixer.
If you don't listen to it in different.
Yeah, like I remember back in the day, my homie after he was done mixing, we would walk to the car and play it in the car.
Water.
And he had a state-of-the-art sound system in the car, you know, woofers, everything. But if it sounded off in the car, he would go back and remix it. The car was like this is how it's gonna sound for real.
That's where you.
This
got
is really what it's gonna
Yeah,
sound.
because sometimes
For most people.
sometimes the speakers just throw you off, right? Because especially, I mean, I said an artist's job is you get sick of songs. Mixers are sick of songs.
Of course.
Dude, they're sitting there fucking every
Tinkering
treble,
for-
every bass, every the sample,
What a
the
shit
beat,
time, bro.
the voice,
I feel-
mixing the voice, making sure everything matches. The ad libs. They're tired of this. They want to get rid of it too sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them because I'm
I
like,
get-
damn, you must not like any of the music you make.
Yeah.
Fuck, that sucks. You probably like Ali, bro. Mix some of that like dopest stuff out there. Mixes some of the dopest stuff out there, but fuck,
Yeah.
bro. He probably doesn't listen to it after it's done.
Yeah, what a
Yeah,
time.
it's hard.
Probably
I
feels like
assume-
work to him. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's
Like
work.
listening to music.
job so hard.
Yeah. So
bro.
after you
Or
mix,
like listening to it, like, damn, I feel like I missed a spot right here. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you feel like you
And
you
then
never
what-
drop it.
and what about
you
when
just
you-
happen to cut it off?
Hey,
But
hold on. And what about when you put it out and you're like, fuck.
that's what he's saying. No, but that's what he's saying. Is that it's hard to probably listen to it even afterwards because he
You
can
hear the
always hear
flaws.
something that he can be like,
so when you're
Yeah.
done, when you edit a video, when you're done, do you
Yeah.
look at it like, fuck, I could have.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's like you can never be done.
What a shit
Yeah.
time, bro.
yeah. That's why a big question for artists like when they're about to put something out, it's like, how did you know you were done? You know, like do you
I
really
guess how do you know?
like? How did you cut it? You know,
Oliver Stone made Alexander, the movie.
which is long as fuck for y'all.
Long
haven't
as
seen
fuck, right? He's made like 4 different edit versions, and
Okay.
everyone is like, it's like it's like you're done with an edit. It's like final version revisited. It's just like,
He had to do all these crazy names because
yeah, because he just keeps redoing it, and he even says like, I could probably still redo it because, you know, you record so many hours of it, and you try to chop it up to make it
the right flow,
Yeah.
and tell the right story.
exactly. So it is very different. It sounds different. It looks different. It'll feel different depending on how you do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing about an artist. That might be why they don't revisit songs so many times, because maybe
It's tedious to like. You'll have that in your heart all the time. Like, fuck.
Yeah, did you see that? I sent you guys the thing from, I want to say Rico Nasty or something nasty, where
I'm
someone,
nasty.
huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Said I'm nasty.
No,
Take one more
nasty
shot.
perro.
I think we're at an hour 30, something
Cheers,
like
y'all.
that.
It's a nasty times with nasty people.
Nasty perros.
Nasty
What's up?
perros.
Cheers.
What's up?
Cheers.
Cheers, Jeremy.
So a couple songs I did add. I added a couple from DMX's album, DMX's Snoop song. That sample is fucking ridiculous. Whoever put that shit together, I didn't hear it that way when I heard the song. The Marvin Gaye song.
Yeah.
It just
Oh
fucking
my god, bro! I think that's the hottest track on that album.
yeah, definitely. The other one I like is Bath Salts. I said this before.
Is that the Nas and Jay?
Yeah, if I can get a Nas and Jay song, I'm
I'll take
happy.
it.
The fact that it's Nas, Jay, and DMX, I mean, it's 20 years past due, but fuck, I'm just happy. And they all sound pretty good for 50-year-olds,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're 50. You don't rap every day. I mean, you got to remember when you're 20, 22, 24,
That's all you're doing.
and you're rapping. But not on that, when you're on the block,
You have more.
and my boy
You got
raps.
content.
My boy raps. Oh, you rap too. Like everywhere you go, every party you go to, it's like you're in every cipher. You're in every moment. If you walk into a session and you hear people rapping and they're dope, you're like, oh,
Let me
I need to
jump in
get
there.
in on this, right?
You're sharpening your sword all
Exactly.
the time.
When you're 50, bro, you don't give a fuck. You got kids, you got grandkids. You're not playing that game, right? So
They can still rap though.
yeah, they're still amazing, but the fact that they can,
Isn't there something to say that, like, you've been rapping for that long? You don't need 3 listens to know what's hot.
yeah,
You've
they
heard
don't need
so
to
much hot
practice.
shit and so much trap. Like
For all the hot shit that
on
you
the
listen
drive
to.
to Vegas, Tony asked me something that I thought was like super interesting, and I think this must apply to like those elite rappers. Tony asked me, like, out of all the songs you like, how much music do you not like? And I was like, holy fuck, dog! If I name,
there's way more.
I can't even name that number. And so to me, it's like those people who are elite rappers. They like, I've heard and written so many bad raps that I know when I have one. And so I started to think, like, yeah, you might not rap every day, but it's like, I don't need to ride a bike every day to know that I know how to ride a bike. Like,
Yeah, but you don't ride a bike the same way you did when you're younger.
yeah, but the thing is, I can tell you when, like,
I can't still pop a willy, bro. I can't. Bro.
I know, but we're talking about it's a different concept of like I'm writing and I like, oh fuck, I haven't written in 10 hours, and so I'm worse than I write in 12 hours. I'm writing and I know like where I'm going with this rap is wrong, dog.
Yeah.
Trash that, and in bar 2 I'm trashing that and going to a new bar. That's
But
all
part-
I'm
I
saying.
think part
is
of
there
it,
a
like-
world in there?
Yeah, but I think part of what Tony's saying is like, whatever he ends up settling on at this point, like as hot, might not be as hot as what he would have chosen earlier because of how sharp his shit was.
Yeah, and you can hear that in the album. There are some songs that's just like, I was listening and
I think the album
I
is mediocre. Like, okay,
The
you're
production-
gonna disagree with me, I know,
the
but
production is probably some of his best production he's had on any album.
because he had Swiss.
Yeah, but Swiss also did Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. But Swiss was
But-
also
but
like,
here-
was younger.
No, but
Yeah, he was
here's
like
the
19.
here's the flip.
Going back to what
here's
I'm
the flip,
saying,
Here's the flip
after
side.
years of doing something, you just end up knowing what hits.
Well, another thing about Swiss though is Swiss is always making music.
Boom, 1 point for me. You got 2, I got 1.
oh. Yeah, but making music and writing lyrics are 2 different things.
100%. I'm not.
They're not even close.
I know
I
that.
think with
I know
music, I
that.
think if you're making music sonically, it gets better as you get older.
So production is like wine.
Yes, but lyrics aren't.
Except for Dr. Dre.
I think Dr. Dre killed it every fucking
time.
Nah, but
And-
that
and
that Compton
and
album
everybody
was
gives him his shit.
Yeah,
That
but that-
Chronic album was.
no, but the last one, that Compton album, it's
No, I'm not
No
even
one
Oh,
saying.
says
you're
I'm
that.
saying
not.
wasn't that? Wasn't
I'm
as-
not. I'm not even saying it in the
Yeah,
way.
but-
I'm not even saying it in the way that I mean that. I'm just saying like I just wanted to put that on the table.
Yeah,
'cause
but then don't you fall victim to this same sophomore? What'd you call it?
slump.
Yeah, like don't you fall victim to this like anytime you compare something to the first time someone did something and that something was like
Super impactful.
to your life. Like if the Chronic made up most of my high school year, it doesn't matter what Dr. Dre made in my college years. My high school years were fucking
Defined by
to
that.
die for.
Yeah, of course.
No comparison, dog.
Yeah.
Even if I had more money, even if I had more drugs, even if I had more girls, nothing about my college was the same thing as my high school. It was just that one
It's a
moment.
special moment. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So like,
Well,
don't
that's-
you fall victim to like it doesn't matter what you put
Well,
out.
most-
I mean, you get complacent.
What also, but
Regardless.
also that part of it though too is for sure like true, because the way music lands or art lands, it's a relationship between the art and the person consuming
But this
it.
is why
So-
art is so subjective.
So, like J. Cole can never reproduce the warm up for me
Of course,
because
me neither.
because I'm never gonna be in that place in my life again. You know what I
Ever.
mean? So the place that I
Ever.
was in my life at the moment that he dropped the warm up and I listened to it, there was a synergy between my life and the music that he created that made a bond between me and that art.
And
So I
your
can't-
life at that point.
That's what I'm saying. So I can't blame him. I can't blame him for like not reaching me that crucially as he did then, because it just I might not ever be on the same
Frequency.
like frequency to
But-
receive
but
the shit that
your
he
life
makes.
and his music making, or his life met at that moment.
Well,
Yeah,
this
at
is
a
why.
perfect,
This
like-
is why I
Yeah.
think I don't know who made this argument. I think I've told a few other people, but like Drake. Wait, what did I say? J. Cole grew up with us. I would still say you because you understood when
Yeah.
J. Cole grew up with us. Drake made music for us to grow up to.
That's interesting. Break it down. What do you mean?
J. Cole, if you notice his albums, you can see the depth, right? You can see the warm up. You can see the lights, please. You can see where he made that like top 40 banger with what was that track? Workout.
Workout, yeah.
He made the track that he's most ashamed to as we were growing up. And that's probably one of the most cringy moments of my life. Like around that time is when you don't know if you're still a high school student. You don't know if you're trying to fuck bitches. You don't know if you're college. You don't really know who you are. Us.
Yeah.
At that time period when he drops Workout. But then as he grows up in this new album, the off season, you're like, yeah, I'm pretty much in my off season, dog. I'm not in my prime anymore.
You're
I'm
not in
20
your prime anymore.
I'm not.
What? What?
In the sense that like I'm 28.
Oh my God! You know this.
Well, look, listen, men fall out of their prime a lot later. I could be
Men-
single and go prime till 37.
Men
probably.
Men who are not athletes prime later. You're thinking you're an athlete. You think you're Mike Tyson priming at 20
Bro,
and done at 24.
Let me tell you something. You're trying to catch me. You're
Okay,
trying to
but
bait
also-
me. You're trying to bait me to some shit. Let me tell you something.
but also
I don't have to prime right now, my G.
You're not.
I don't have to. I'm
Hey.
6'1", curly hair, dark skin. I don't got a prime.
6'4",
I
by the
prime
way.
at a choice.
Hey.
But what I'm saying is, fuck you. You're baiting me into some shit that I'm
You-
gonna get in trouble for.
You are not in your prime yet. Let me tell you
You
something.
think I'm?
What do we? Okay,
You-
wait.
Coming from the person who told me that they've been told by older men that men prime older,
Well-
so I already know where your logic is going. But go ahead, fill
But we also have
everybody
to,
else.
We also
in.
have to define like what we mean by prime.
I'm just saying, Uli.
You-
I'm just saying, like, look, dog,
Neither of you
don't
guys
have
are
to-
in your prime.
Uli.
Just warming up.
But is
You're-
that
hey,
not-
this is
but is that
this is the
not-
warm up. This is J. Cole's the warm up. You understand? Like
This is the
rappers' prime are different,
Oh my god,
right?
dog, I'm
Athletes'
just
primes are
saying.
different.
I'm just saying.
Go. Let Tony break it down for us real quick.
Primes are different
This is for all you young males out there.
for men who aren't athletes, who aren't artists, right? The prime of your life is barely coming. You're barely warming up.
What, 30 to 33?
But is that beneficial to Tony?
29 to 33?
No. This is. I learned this before I was even when I was
Your
younger
prime.
than you guys.
Before you were in your prime.
When I was younger than you guys.
Yeah.
Just from watching, observing, and then reading other men. my thing is, I ask advice from everybody I meet that's older than me. Everyone has
Smart
something to
thing to
say to
do.
me, even has something to tell me, and even you guys have something I can learn from. Period. Right? Something to take away from it. But for men, right? You're not even in your career point yet. So how are you in your prime?
What I'm saying,
Right?
okay, well,
like and physically, come on, bro.
no,
You still got
but Tony,
time.
listen to something though. But this is why I say like you can live an extra like everybody else's life
Oh,
cycle.
you're talking
but
about your fucking prime.
No, I'm talking. I've never been in my prime. Fuck lamely. What I'm saying is, I'm 28, something or other, like 28, 29. I don't know what the fuck I am anymore.
You're 28.
I'm too drunk to know. I'm 28, and I'm
I
telling
forget
you,
all the
like,
time, by the way.
I look back when I thought I was in my prime. I thought 23, 25, cabrón, aquí lo mato. And I'm like, bro, I feel so much better about who I am at 28 or where I'm at at 28.
100%, bro. Me too.
So, okay, fine. I may not be in my prime or I may have time to go.
Okay,
God willing, who knows? All I'm trying to say is J. Cole made music that allowed me to grow up with him. When I heard his shit, I realized, you know what? You may be a couple years older than me or may not be, but you're making music. You're making the soundtrack to my life. Right? As in, like, you're making music that allows me to grow up to something that I feel like I know what you're talking about right now. When you made Lights, Please, I knew what the fuck you were talking about. Because that was the moment. That was the moment that me, you, and Mario were into the zeitgeist shit, and we thought the world was this existential, problematic thing that we could figure out. We were in this like fucking utopian world where we're like, bro, we could figure this out, and no girl understands that. All they want to do is be dirty with us.
and
Yes
then,
or not? Which we're not. But the problem is,
I know.
pussy is power. My big brother told me pussy is power. That's all we like. We want it to be existential and like out of this world, but then we were horny, dog.
Yeah, we're still these boys out there.
and
that's all I'm
And
saying.
then I sent you guys J. Cole Lights, Please.
Right? No, no. And this is why I say Tony's older than us. By the way, this is why I look up to Tony, and I think Tony is one of the people that I think is
Not much older than
This is why I think Tony is amazing. This is why I decided like
To be his friend.
This is why I said like we should make a podcast with Tony because Tony truly is. And
So
Tony's
break
made
that down. I will say this now.
I'll break it down.
This comes from his mastermind of making the podcast. So what were your thoughts behind this?
Behind this?
Behind creating
Look,
this?
It's not that it came from my mastermind. It's really more of the fact that like, look, we shared moments together that I thought, and people may disagree. Yeah, I mean, Tony disagrees with me on most things, but I realized that I had a conversation. Look, me and Ulysses, we have our story. Like me and Ulysses didn't like each other, but then like after years of being together, we realized it's not that
I
we
always
like,
loved
no, it's not that we
Angela.
didn't like each other. Yes.
Angela's-
No, 100%. I'm gonna give you your flowers. Ulysses always loved me. I was the fucking jealous, perhaps, or small-minded. And look, I grew up in a world where, like, cabrón, who are you to do what you do? So yes, I
But
agree.
anyways.
I was small-minded in that fact.
So why this?
So look,
Why us?
I always talk to you. So when I got to know Ulysses, I talked to him and I realized, and Mario says it all the time, like these are like these titans, like you're gonna have a conversation right now. So I realized that. But with Tony, I grew up 12, 13, 14. I don't even know what the age was anymore. Mario introduces me to Tony, and I meet somebody who first and foremost is just super introspective, super like, you know, pretty smart. Not the smartest, but can talk, can defend himself in a room of we're done with beer.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I met somebody who had an obsession with music, and who didn't think music was like whatever thing. Who thought music was
really
as
important.
prominent as
Music
me.
is everything.
Yeah, and so I met someone who was like that crazy, and so anyways, fast forwarding a whole lot of years forward, after a lot of partying, after a lot of like having a good time,
A lot of music and a lot of
I
conversations.
came to a realization at some point where I was like, we need to start. So I always knew, or I always look. I talk a lot of shit. You know me. I talk a whole lot of shit. I'm always talking shit, and so I was like, what can we do? And then I listened to a lot of podcasts, real estate podcasts, investing podcasts. And I was like, I gotta start a podcast. Enchente and fucking Molu and Joe Budden. I gotta give him his flowers too, and Rory and Ma. And so I was like, I want to do a podcast. And I was like, who would I start a podcast with, and what would I talk about? And I was like, look, the thing that really fucking turns me on and fucking makes me elevate, I was like, is music, dog. Every time I get to talk about music, every get to talk about like new artists, every get to talk about like innovation and artistry, I get excited. And who do I do that with?
Gotcha.
And that's when I realized like there's nobody other than fucking Uli and Tony. And then I added the fact that like at the end of the day, we live in a world where content is king, and I picked the person, and I realized like the person who I most go back and forth with every day of the week over things that are minuscule or granular, like the dumbest things are like, I'm like, it's Tony. And the person who keeps me from being like ignorant and close-minded and vengeful is Ulysses. And so I thought, well,
here we are.
Start a podcast.
The perfect
And then the
balance.
person who's sexy, who can do sound engineering, who understands videography, who I want to kiss every day of the week, and I don't do it because I don't want to offend his like his wifey, his fiance, is Jeremy. I said like, let me kiss him. I mean,
yeah. So to add on to that,
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
hose up. So when he first sent me the idea, I was like, ooh, this is interesting, because I've been wanting to do a music podcast for years. And then there is something that when we all get together, there is something, regardless of what we're talking about, it goes back to music. It always leads to music.
Yeah.
It's like talking to like a religious person who like
Can't get away from
no matter what you say, it goes back to
That's
God.
a fair point, bro.
It goes back to God. They just, it's because of Jesus or Allah or whatever.
How dope.
But that's what we do. It's like it's like
Like this artist says.
yeah,
Always,
exactly.
Always. Yeah.
And then also with Ulysses, it's we also share another love, which is movies. So in order for us to relate, sometime when I'm trying to explain a situation, I'm like, it's like that one movie where this happens. Remember that scene? He's like, yeah, it's like, this is what I'm talking about. And he's like, oh, I get it, right? And then with Jeremy, I've known Jeremy since high school. I've known him since I met him in 8th grade. So we go back 20 years, probably longer than that.
Have you guys
25 years. No, we were never close. It wasn't until later from another mutual friend that we started working out every day. We started hanging out every day. And I was just like, this motherfucker's funny. Now you guys haven't noticed yet. And this
I did. I partied with
No,
him in
we
Vegas.
know.
I know how funny he is.
this
Man.
The public
motherfucker,
don't know.
he's funny, intellectual, smart. And these are the type of people that I want to surround myself with. It's like, even though I argue with him, it's like we argue and we can argue topics all
Let's
day.
talk about the 60-40.
Right? We can argue about topics all day, but we're not tied to them. Like we get along 60% of the time. We argue 40% of the time, but that just makes us grow stronger because we know who each other are.
We're sparring.
Like we can have intellectual spars and talk shit.
Yeah.
And we don't yell, but we raise our voice, and it's fun.
Passion happens, but
But there's nothing in there that is like, there's no malice behind anything.
We can walk away and still love
it's
each
just,
other.
It's just fun, and after it's like, that point, you got me on
We
that
gotta
point.
keep talking.
I got you.
I always think I would talk to Tony. I'm like, I gotta go back and talk. I gotta go research. I told him all the time, like, I gotta read up on this shit because Tony shit on me. He shit on me, dog.
I didn't have nothing on
I
that.
didn't have nothing on that, and he just knew something more than I did. So
Yeah. So
100%, bro.
I mean, that's just what I wanted to say about that, and just to kind of introduce who we are in our relationships, what you guys will get from this. It is music, and it all stems from music.
Yeah.
But this is all stemming from us at the same time.
100%.
So we're all different people, different walks of life, different views. But this is what makes it beautiful. So you'll not be bored.
Never.
Hopefully not. We don't agree on everything.
But let's hear Ulysses.
And this guy right here.
But they look good.
There's sometimes
At the very least, my
Everybody
guy.
look good.
I'm always impressed by people who make me look at what I'm looking at, that I've always looked at, but show me a different view I've never thought about it from. And that's what I get from Ulysses. It's like an argument or a statement or just a topic that I've always just been like like dead on with this. But he'll give me another thing that from the side, and I'm just like, ooh,
I agree.
You know what? You're right. Now I'm not so sure about everything I thought I was sure about.
I agree.
I had everything so set in stone, dog.
I agree.
Yeah, no, and actually that brings that, like, we'll wrap this up soon, but that set it up perfect for me too, which is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that the mixture of this, what I feel is cool about this, that hopefully it will come out and you guys will see it, is that it is that way. Like I was talking about this recently. I went on a walk recently with a friend, and I was talking about the podcast.
Name drop.
And what I was telling this friend was that like I feel like a part of the reason why we connect so tough, like, and are able to do this sort of thing, and hopefully I'm confident you guys will fucking feel that shit come off on here.
You guys will fuck with it?
You guys will fuck with it. I'm having a great time.
Same.
Is that it is that way, bro. What you're saying about like an idea that you feel, there's things that I think about with you guys that I would have never fucking thought about, bro, unless you told me like, hey, did you think about it this way?
Yeah.
And I'm like this. Like, oh, damn, bro, I didn't, you know?
Not acknowledge it.
Yeah, like the way I feel like ideas are, and for those that are watching the YouTube, I picture it as like a thing, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes you feel like you got it. Like, I got this idea. I got this.
Yeah.
I understand this piece of art. Or I understand this idea.
Yeah,
I understand
this idea
lesson.
has now become fact in my mind.
But the reality is I was only looking like this.
Yeah.
And then Tony has the same thing. He's over here like, no, I got this. And he's looking at it
Yeah.
from over here. And Angelo's the same thing. Fully confident in what he thinks about. But it's the same idea. But he's looking at it from another angle. He's only touched a part of it as have I.
Yeah.
And so what I love about the conversations we have together, and what propels me to be like really excited about this shit, is that I can listen to the same thing, and we can all agree, which the shit that Tony doesn't want us to. He doesn't want us to agree, but we can all agree that we like something. But I'll have a different reason.
Reasons. Yeah.
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 I'll have a totally different reason than you. And so
Objectively.
Yeah, objectively, I'm like, oh shit, and when you tell me what touches your soul, I'm like, oh shit, like.
I didn't see it that way.
Wow,
but
bro.
it resonated.
But they don't resonate with me, or at least it'll make me sit down and be like you said, like, oh, let me look at it that way.
Yeah.
And so, which is, maybe I'm getting on a little deeper note, but I feel like a part of what we have to offer, even though we're talking shit and having a lot of fun and all that stuff, I feel like the world would benefit from having an example of people talking shit, disagreeing, and still loving each other.
Yeah.
Trust me, no matter how hard Angelo's going at Tony, or Tony's going at Angelo, or I'm in there and Jeremy's like, I'll kill all three of these motherfuckers.
No matter how many times Jeremy thinks that.
Yeah, probably like 50 times already.
Stupid and wrong.
Hey, sometimes you guys will be talking. Jeremy's over there like this.
He's like this.
Yeah.
Well, because think
Shaking
about
his
it.
head.
The other thing about fuck that. The problem about Jeremy is he's more sober than us. So he's kind of like, y'all stupid.
Yeah.
We all sound like we're sparring at the same level here. He's kind of like, I'll knock. Oh, you.
Yeah, and I think we can all walk away from a discussion like that with the same amount of love for each other, because we all equally understand that we really don't know shit.
That's right. Bro.
Yes.
That's the one.
We don't know anything.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about anything.
It's the agnostic atheiist in us all that we're like, we just truly don't know it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you
We could
nothing for
all
certain.
be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, one year I'm thinking I'm going to be a pastor. I'm walking around with Psalms and Proverbs in my back pocket. This is true story.
This is great.
And
bro.
and
Great point.
and the next year I'm fully atheist, and then I'm agnostic, and then half the time I'm just like, you know what? I don't know, and but I'm okay with not knowing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, like, some people are very uncomfortable with not knowing, so they try to force like
Some belief.
their belief down you to like, I'm kind of sketchy about this, so let me tell you this so you can agree with me, so then I feel more like reinforcement in my thoughts.
That's fair.
But I don't. I'm fine with not knowing. To me, that's fine. That's half the fun of it. That is the fun of it.
That is the fun of it. That's the huge part of what the fun of it is.
So with that said, thank you guys. If you listen to this
Episode
song,
1, bro. We did this all right.
we thank you. We will be here soon. And subscribe, follow.
Dale like, dale a la campanita, dale pato.
We're gonna be on Apple Podcasts. We're gonna be on YouTube.
Hey,
we'll be
wait, you know
on
what
SoundCloud.
though? I want to say one thing before we go, dude. Do what Tony says because Tony makes the rules in this bitch. But hey, like and share this shit because you will prosper and be blessed. And if you love your family and friends, share with them because they'll be prosper and be blessed. You know what I mean? Love to anybody who sat through this shit for 2 hours. You guys are amazing. Like, share, do what Tony says because he's amazing and beautiful. And fuck them all with 100 exclamations.
And with that said, good night.
Love y'all.